Yeah.
They left it on to where the point where they're like, well,
My whole thing is, how the fuck did they get over from Egypt? Where'd the mummy fucking come from? I mean, he had
underground tunnels.
it's pretty deep.
I mean,
Where did he? I mean,
there's tunnels everywhere. Like the world before us, those roads are still here, or paths.
They're underground now.
They
could be.
People could have found loose dirt, and they're like, hey, dude, just broke down. Kind of like mining.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those, well, what is it, from Mexico to America? There's those ones that have been found, but then just makes you wonder how many more there's. One reason I think about that is like this place has an underground garage.
Yep.
Basement. So I'm just like, how many other places have that? That's just not on paper.
Yeah, it's like, how many tunnels under Walmart lead you to China? It's like maybe that's how they do it. Like they hired Elon Musk to build tunnels from China to Walmart so that China can just send its products directly to Walmart.
You think they have a fast track like Jetsons?
Yeah.
Like just tubing?
Yeah, just like sending containers under the ocean.
Do you guys want to stream live or no?
I'm down.
I'm down, I guess. Once it's out there, it's fucking... Yeah, nobody's fucking watching, so...
Yeah.
Maybe, Bruce is on the stream, let's watch.
Yeah.
That's not happening. I guarantee you that's not happening.
It's not happening from me. No one knows that I know you on Twitch.
Will DB jump on?
Nobody knows who I am.
Will DB jump
yeah.
on? DB! Where you at, dog?
I don't know if he knows.
You should just send him a link being like, hey, bro.
I'm getting wasted, guys.
Looks good.
Yeah, I like it. I don't like IPAs very much.
You ever been to their distillery?
Nah, where's it at?
T-Boy. Distillery for Rogue. What's that town?
Is it Portland?
Newport.
Oh, Newport, Rhode Island? I mean, fuck, Newport, Oregon?
I knew what you meant.
Newport, Rhode Island?
That's
Newport, Rhode Island. That's close to here.
They have a vodka that pairs with Voodoo Donuts. And they got like a lot of their distills like pair pretty well.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, I think I went to Newport one time on the coast there.
Met this cool guy that does clay stuff like McCups and pipes and whatnot. When Amanda and I went that route for one of our trips we took to Washington, and we came back through there, and I didn't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
But I just looked down, like, you smoke weed, right? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I brought in like a fat sack, and he gave me 2 pipes and a cup.
Nice, man.
Well, I mean, the cup I had to pay $2 for, but he like dropped it dramatically, and then gave me 2 pipes. And
nice, man.
I haven't smoked out of them yet, just because I'm like, well,
It's art.
yeah, I just kind of want to have them.
Yeah.
One's a wizard, and one is a tree man.
Yeah. If I was rich, I would invest a lot into pipes, because it's art.
Dude, it's unique.
It's crazy.
And the fact that they put a chamber through it,
yeah.
like that's even harder.
The fact that you could actually smoke weed out of it
Yeah.
if you wanted to and ruin it.
It's like, oh fuck, that's gonna be a bitch to clean.
Yeah.
Like the ones that are like dragons, where it's like it loops and loops and loops, and you're just like.
But then if you're really rich, you could afford it. You'd have like 100 of them. Yeah.
True.
That's what I swear to God I'd fucking do. If I was like Elon Musk, I would invest in those pipes, man.
That'd be sick. Then you can do giveaways. Like you smoke it and you're like, hey,
Yeah.
I soaked it, but this is my giveaway. It's been used, but this, artist. You're doing plugins for artists for the glass blowing and.
Yeah. Dude, I would commission artists. I'd be like, I'll give you $100,000 to make me a new pipe every month
Yeah.
for a year. You know what I mean?
That'd be amazing. Just always fresh pipe.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit I would do if I was rich. And I'd be like, and then I'm going to fund this armed group of rebels to go against the government, so I'm going to get assassinated.
It all has to be underground, though. Tunnels. Stick to the tunnels.
Tunnels is a good idea.
Stick to the tunnels, because 6 feet under and above, 6 feet under and beyond, not above and beyond, you're breaking
safe.
frequencies.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
For the most part, I mean,
that's how the Russians did it in Stranger Things.
lay cement down above you, so you have that brick wall cement that even like cuts out. I shouldn't be saying all this shit. Dude, all.
And then I said to the government.
FYI, if anybody knocks,
yeah.
I feel like My mom made a joke earlier, and she's like, "It'd be cool to show Tommy the bar." And I'm like, "It's not open yet."
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Well, are you working there tonight?" I'm like, "No, I'm doing a podcast. Please don't come."
Yeah.
So if there's a knock, I'm guaranteeing you it's
Tommy?
it's my mom and my Uncle Tommy, where it's like, nope.
Yeah.
Shoo, not open yet.
Yeah, no one's here. No one's home.
Yeah, dude. Uncle Tommy's cool though. I got to see him today. I haven't seen him in a while. Well, since my sister's wedding, but I didn't really get to hang out with him. But got to hang out with him today, and it's pretty fun. He's a pretty down to earth guy.
Yeah.
Fucking cracks me up though. Just his energy is just awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool,
it's
man.
fun just chatting with him. It's about random things.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Oh, is that you, Trent? Oh shit. All
Travis.
right. Dude, this thing's like the future, man. Like a spaceship.
Yeah. Getting the
What's up, bro?
podcast going.
Hey, congratulations, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's fucking awesome, man. Yeah.
You too.
So what are you guys doing? What's your podcast about?
Lots of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's strictly about ants.
Yeah. It's pretty wild, dude.
Entomology.
A lot of sizes. A lot of sizes. Different smells.
Yep.
Is the Halloween themed one?
That's so funny, man. Dude, that's good. You should just wear that like just every day.
Oh,
yeah.
Hold on, can I take a picture?
That's just going to sit there.
There you go. Oh, we should put the Overlook Hotel up too. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
he's the dad.
Yeah.
I'm the Joker. I'm just wearing my regular clothes though. It's my internal state. You seen the Joker, Travis?
I haven't yet.
Oh fuck.
No, not yet.
You guys gotta see it.
Nice.
I don't know if they'll be able to see it.
Yeah, and Trent, you gotta get the axe so they know you're Jack Torrance.
He even has the Brit made him the
Like,
door.
No way.
The breaking of the
No
door.
way.
Yeah.
No way.
Fuck yeah.
All right, ready? We need to put that up
Seriously.
for real, yeah. I don't know if you guys saw it. Posted a fucking thing just like of some of the updates. I was like, all work and no play with Jack and Doll Boy.
Yeah.
Like, over and over. I'm a fan of that movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, dude, great work on getting the walls. We ended up finishing the rest of it.
Oh, yeah.
And then we just gotta do the edges. Check this out. The bar, or the back table, the piping is exactly where it's at. So if you move it, you have to disconnect piping.
Oh, fuck that. We can just probably get back there.
That's what he was thinking. Yeah. No. We got about 3/4 of a can left. You know, for the touch-ups in the corners with the paintbrush and then getting the ceiling. We might need one more can. But, yeah, we still did the bottom and top. Trent did the bottom and top of this wall. So this wall is finally like full. Dude, the piano held on blocks, one wheel.
I know.
It was pretty intense to move, but
I was gonna try to move it, but
it was scary at first, but we did it.
it's sick in here.
Dude, it does.
It's so sick. This is fucking epic, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
Honestly, I think put the mirrors back up. Which, by the way, was this mirror broken before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Customer.
Oh shit.
That's why that flyer's there.
Yeah. 'Cause I was like, oh shit. No.
Ah.
I want to fucking do a podcast. Jesus, thanks for inviting me, Trent. Dude, yeah.
Sure. What's that? Oh.
Podcast, Travis.
I want it. We're a team. AV Club.
AV Club.
Alright, well, I was planning on jerking off later, so.
Yeah. Do it on the game. Whatever. Team goals.
That's 2 down. That's not. You're two up for anything. I'm not.
Don't tip me, man.
An old Clancy.
Fuck, man.
An old Clancy.
The director of the Joker was also did The Hangover in Old School.
Oh, really?
Yeah, comedy director. Comedy.
That's
yep.
cool. So it's a little darker side of a comedy
Yeah,
director. I like
yeah.
that.
Dude, comedy.
Always like,
Love that.
The comedy.
the dark side of the comedy stuff is always.
It's fucking good because in the way like Judd Apatow, someone was saying
What
like
better piece?
it's harder to make a comedy than any other kind of movie.
Right, yeah.
Because a drama's easy, you just put in some sad shit.
Right.
I mean, relatively, but a comedy's hard.
Getting people that, yeah.
So if you can do that, you can do a horror, you can do drama, you can do all sorts of stuff.
So we're gonna go see the Slow Poisoner Pirate Ponds.
Oh, sweet. Is that tonight?
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
And then I'll be back for Hella Mayfield practice a little bit later.
All right, all right. We'll try to squeeze this in real quick. And,
It'll be like 9:30, I think. So.
okay.
Dude, this is so fucking cool, guys.
What do you think without having like all the shit on the walls? Like if we went like minimalist.
I think it's worth a shot because you can always add more shit if you don't like it.
Right, yeah.
And I would put like a few little things like to remind of
Right.
but yeah, like this looks badass like this.
Yeah.
Like, and I actually do like it less because it's more relaxing for the eyes.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Because I have ADHD.
Yeah.
Like last time I'm like,
Totally, man. If there's a picture of like a fucking drawing of a naked woman, I'm gonna look at it all night.
right,
That's how my brain is,
Yeah. No, for sure.
I'm Travis now.
You creep me out so much.
I'm gonna dress up as you.
That's amazing.
Oh my god. See, I'm just him as an adult.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just never changed my clothes. My blue became darker and.
All right. Hold on here. I just want to come in and say hi. Seriously. All right. Yeah.
Good vibes all around.
Thanks.
I think it's,
All right. I'll see you guys a little bit later.
Woo! So with this wig, do blackface, and I can do Tyler Creator in a pink suit.
There you go.
Do his YouTube video,
Yeah.
burning on fire. I don't know if you've seen that video, but it's pretty cool. But he just came out with another video just this last week.
You came up with another video?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Just about I think 2 weeks ago.
Uh huh.
And it's still to his theme he's doing with the,
Okay.
the proper dress with
Uh-huh.
the blonde hair and
Nice.
yeah.
You go check it out. Oh man. Camp White Russian. I like it.
Dude, I love that name.
I love it too, man.
It fits her so well.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful. Yeah, I just like it. I like how you guys are from Camp White and I'm from Russia.
Yeah,
I just like that.
One, I think like on the 10th podcast, we just gotta do White Russians.
Yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. Yeah, because I don't know, man, it's just really cool. Like, it makes me think I'm like an American. I'm sitting here with like real Americans, and I'm like, I've been here all this time, just felt out of place, but like,
Yeah,
I just feel like it's like I'm American, man.
yeah.
I'm Russian and I'm American.
And it's nice because you're giving us a slap from the third world.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I like that. I like a little bit of roughness with my foreplay.
Yeah, man.
A good bite and a slap always feels good.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah, my girlfriend's always giving me reality checks. Like always. Like as I'm like I'm Russian, but I'm not like that Russian.
Yeah.
Like I'm come from an upper middle class family. So my mom's like Russian, but she'd get like the good Russian food, It wasn't like fucking. So my girlfriend, she come from
Yeah, where's your girlfriend from?
Crescent City.
So she's the American.
She's the American way.
Yeah.
She's like America at its finest. and she's just always like, well, you're gonna have to eat fucking peanut butter and jelly. You don't have any money.
You know what's funny is it's funny you bring up peanut butter and jellies. I literally would have money for lunches, but I found out if you didn't have money for lunches, you get PB&Js.
Yeah.
So I would pay the money.
Yeah.
But I'd get PB&Js instead. Like I'd want those.
Yeah.
But since I paid, they'd give me 2 PB&Js.
Oh, nice.
And 2 milks.
That's America.
And I was like, I'm sold.
Yeah.
And there was one time that we were, the 4 of us did like mushrooms one time, and I'm pretty sure I told you a story, but like when you're high and then like you have peanuts and raisins by the fire and they're melting together and you're like,
yeah,
PB&J.
Fuck yeah.
America.
Yeah. America.
PB&Js.
America's PB&J, man. All right. Yeah, you gotta get the axe.
Oh, to get the breaking board so you can see that. It's fucking great. Dude, check this out.
That's
Isn't that awesome? That's how the podcast should start.
Man.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah. That's fucking great.
Here's Johnny.
Should have worn a red shirt too, man. Fuck.
No, it works out because we're American, you're Russian, so
Right,
that
right.
does the blue to the red.
We're not the same.
Yeah. Well,
There has to be separation, bro. Has to be separation. Camp White Russian.
Oh man, that's so funny. At the farm I worked on, the fucking the manager of the greenhouse, he just reminded me I was Russian. Every sentence I would say, I'd be like, "Hey, are we moving this guano over here?" He'd be like, "Well, we are from the Ukraine." I was like,
You fucker.
it was so bad.
This is your way, bro. I don't know whose idea that was, but that was pretty cool.
Halloween edition.
Halloween edition.
Got my Rogue Dead guy.
We gotta do a close up of this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Take one. Red rum.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Halloween edition.
Halloween edition.
Here we go. That number
Before Halloween.
Number 4?
Number
Three.
three.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Dude,
Number
I must
3.
have dreamt about a third.
Yeah.
Felt real until we said
I know.
3, and I was like,
I actually
oh, yeah.
asked Bruce that earlier on the phone.
Yeah,
I was
it seems like
when did
we-
we record the third one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bruce was like, today.
Later today. Yeah.
And that's America.
That's
we forget
America.
and move forward.
I'm good, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm good. No, I don't drink alcohol, man.
All right, that's cool. That's cool.
Nah, man, I'm a lightweight, man. Yeah, fucking
You a
lightweight.
non-alcoholic? I got a non-alcoholic Heineken.
Do you?
It's only 3%.
Really? Okay.
We have you don't like them anymore.
What is it? Newcastle? Oh, fuck.
I don't
dude,
think we have
Newcastle-
any Newcastle.
No.
They're hidden in the
That shit, dude,
in the
the
kitchen.
first time Johnny gave me one of those, or April, I was like, did I do something to deserve this right now? What did I do wrong? I thought I was going to enjoy Newcastle, but it's impossible now.
What happened?
The flavor was all bitter. It didn't taste like like if you had given me that out of like 10 beers, I would have been like, that's not Newcastle. You know what I mean? There's no way I would have thought
Yeah.
that was Newcastle.
Change the ingredients, man. You might as well change the name.
Yeah. Change it to fucking Shitty Castle.
Yeah. Shitty
You know?
Castle 2.0.
Yeah, Shitty
And so
Walk.
Lagunitas
Shitty
bottom or
Walk.
something? What?
South Park, yes. There you go. South Park.
Shitty Walk. South Park. We like South Park. Yeah.
The park, as we call it.
The park. We call it 26th and yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, we call
America.
it.
I was doing a
America.
crossword puzzle. And I consider myself, relatively intelligent, but I couldn't get any of the hard ones. The only ones I would get were the 3-letter like celebrity names, like housewife actress Longoria. I'd be like Eva, easy, Anything cultured, I don't know.
Just give or take. You know,
Oh,
it's
you need
funny.
culture?
I wonder if we'll see that during Halloween. Just anything we bring up will probably be something going through someone's head.
Yeah.
And someone's going to be dressed up in it.
Yep. I'm a sexy. Yeah, I don't know.
Or how you put it, Halloween.
sexy
It's the, one,
Russian.
it's the one day you feel normal.
I'm a sexy man with mental illness. No.
Oh, fuck.
Like the Joker. No, I'm the Joker. And this is my costume. I just am the Joker. I was like autobiographical film.
Perfect. It's perfect.
I was like, this is hitting so close to home on so many levels.
Filming starts next month, so be ready.
All right. Yeah, they got me for the sequel. They don't need Joaquin. They're just gonna follow me around with it.
You're the new Phoenix.
Fuck Joaquin, dude. We want Bruce Lerner,
Joaquin can't do shit, man.
So you saw the Joker and we didn't.
Yeah.
Give us a little taste. Little.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't want to ruin it. I'm not gonna spoil, but I will say.
I stopped listening to other podcasts so it wouldn't get ruined.
Yeah.
So what better place for it to get ruined except for our podcast?
Exactly.
Basically, give us your flavor to the movie.
All right, I'm going to give you
how good it's gonna be
I'm going
so
to
I
give you a
can tell you
moment by moment
shitty later.
synopsis so you know exactly what happens without even seeing it. So all the surprises are ruined.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
All right. So the first thing is the Joker is not.
Yeah. The first thing is the Joker's not real.
Yeah.
It's all a figment of someone else's
All right. Basically,
imagination.
we don't exist in general. Anyway. Yeah.
Dressed up as a homicidal maniac, just looks like the rest of us.
Yeah. No. The main thing I will say is if you read the critics' reviews, those are all to be ignored.
No doubt.
Every single critic review I read is like, I'm like, you guys are fucking deliberately trying to mislead the public about this movie.
Yeah.
You're like,
that makes it that much better.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
you guys are trying to like pretend like this movie's not badass for some reason because it's a threat to the established order or something.
Also, I feel like that's like an internet thing now. Like it's the for some reason hating something that everyone knows is good is a way to get yourself some attention or whatever.
True.
Yeah.
I'll guarantee you they're like, man, this movie was so good. I gotta find
Yeah.
the things that I can pick apart about it and try to make them seem like they're more important than they are.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. What
Right?
better way
Fuck
to
yeah.
take apart a piece and put the pieces back together?
That's right.
That's the ADD and all
You
of
see the
us.
Joker, then he takes apart. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking yeah. So the critics, they're all just lying, man. Everything they say is a lie, except for they all give credit to Joaquin. Yeah, is my friend Joaquin. His
Hell yeah.
You know,
Good Phoenix.
his acting.
his acting skills.
acting
of course,
skills.
because he's just like undeniable. But
Yeah, it's undeniable. Like it's incredible acting. The Oscars are obviously all full of shit, but he definitely, if he doesn't win one, it's just more evidence that it's totally full of shit.
Yeah, of course.
'Cause he deserves it. I don't care what other movie is made, he should get it.
no doubt.
I agree to that.
I think
makes
one of the
sense.
prerequisites is to have it be the movie be over criticized. So I'm pretty sure it'll be in there,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Yep.
Like that's actually the new meter for how good it is. Instead of someone should just make an algorithm that like shows that it's like amount of reviews versus how like what kind of review it is, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a movie that has 10 reviews, like okay, that's just no one saw it, so it could be good, could be bad. But
Right.
a movie that has 20,000 reviews in the first week and 99% of them are
Goldmine.
bad, it's probably automatically a great
Oscar.
movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like
It's like
Yeah.
if I can get more controversy, the better.
Dude.
You're fucking comfortable.
Yep.
yeah.
Well, dude, like I said, I'm fucking autistic. So one of the things I do is just research. I have to know about whatever. Like if it's microphone stands, I have to research microphone stands for like several days. I have to know the makes, models.
Where'd you fall on that? What are the best ones?
I don't know. I never looked into it.
Oh, okay.
Because I couldn't afford more than the cheapest one. So that's a bad example. But there's always finances
okay.
involved too.
So what you're saying is your poorness is a higher limitation than your autism.
It's the limiting factor more than
You're like,
autism.
unless I can test it, I settle.
Yeah, exactly.
as long as you can touch it to make sure the texture's right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the texture is a big thing. No, my texture, I actually don't have a texture issue. I have a fucking lights issue. Like at night, I don't like lights, man.
Yeah.
In my house, my girlfriend is she likes lights a lot at night, and the thing is that it's a fucking conflict because I'm like I don't want fucking lights in my face, man. Like which means like so I would live like a vampire if I lived by myself. I'm just like, it's all dark, man. I like it like that. But
Bedroom just does not have windows.
nah. And I keep people in there.
That's
Nah.
good.
And
Hey,
no.
focus.
No, but so fucking research. I saw the Joker. I was like, that was incredible, especially since my friend Bridget, she walked out on it. Bridget, you
I
know
thought
who
you were
that
gonna
is.
say your friend Joaquin Phoenix.
My friend Joaquin Phoenix.
It's like,
I was
holy
at his
shit.
house the other day, and she walked out, so I was like, well, I just spent $20 for our tickets. I want to see his fucking film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to see it, so I just went and saw it, and I was like, magnificent, just like straight up.
Fuck yeah.
I wasn't gonna see it when I first heard about it. I was like, it's just another violent piece of shit Hollywood movie with nothing in it. You know, I'm not gonna see this crap.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
it's like loosely superhero related, so it's just
Yeah.
like fuck you, Hollywood.
Yeah, seriously.
Fucking okay, the hundredth one is gonna be good too.
Yeah.
Like, but it seems like it's not really that because it wasn't made by like the main companies, right?
No, it's got nothing to do with
And
DC.
they're actually taking a,
Okay.
a
nothing to
different
do with
verse.
the DC universe, as they say.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
if you
which
didn't
is
know
nice.
anything about Batman or Joker, it would still be like the finest film ever made.
Dude, that's what I'm so stoked about. Is just them taking the chance to move in a different direction because we've seen like the beginnings. We've seen how it starts. We've seen how it ends. Why not take it from a whole different
Yeah.
impact of like this is a whole different page to where it doesn't tie in. It's a new story.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time for a lot of
Yeah.
things to become new
I
stories.
think that's also why the Chris Nolan Batmans were good, is because
Yes.
he wasn't like well, Batman in general doesn't have superpowers, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, of course, this is super unlikely that this would ever happen, but the Batman in those movies was like, that could exist. You know?
Yeah,
Rich
They
enough,
got-
you can get
I
enough
can't
fucking
remember,
armor.
what's that?
That he was rich enough, so he had the
you
armor.
fuck- dude, if you have
if you're rich enough, you
fucking
can get
defense
anything.
contracts, dude, you got an armored fucking
could
Dude,
walk
you
around
can
in a
fucking go to
robot.
another country and like, like fucking put another president if you're rich enough, man.
Yeah,
You'd
dude.
be like fucking
Yeah, dude.
like
You're
fuck
like
your
that building,
president, dude. Now it's
tear
my
it down,
president.
rebuild it. If it has the color on it, I send it back.
Dude, you can fucking bomb like fucking hospitals and shit if you got enough money.
Are you
It's
talking
pretty
about-
cool, dude.
Talking about U.S. money.
Yeah,
boy.
dude, U.S., dude. And
America 4.0.
Fuck yeah, man.
We have the most mobile economy. I think they're just referring to cell phones, but
Yeah.
Yeah. But what better way?
economy joke. Yeah, they go off good. Lots of people get the economy
No,
jokes.
it's a mobile.
We have a highly mobile economy.
It's very mobile.
It's 70% Android.
Yeah.
We went from wearing wires to where you just hold your own personal wire and we can just
That's
tap in
right.
whenever. Thank
We
you.
don't even need to use tape anymore.
Yeah, you're
The
gonna
tape
pay
industry.
us to be wired for us
That's
to listen
right.
in.
Yeah. You're going to give us everything we need without us asking for
Yeah,
it.
and you're gonna pay us, and you're gonna love it.
You're going to have a great time.
It was funny, like Amanda, she wanted to clean her phone out, and she went to go plug her phone into the computer, and all these extra pictures popped up that she didn't take any of.
What?
And I started going over. I'm like, wait, what apps do you have? And she started going over her apps. Each app had at least 30 different pictures of space it was taking.
Oh yeah.
And I just thought it was funny how like because they majority of people just press yes to access.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But like even
But it-
Amanda's
yeah, it puts
reaction, which just
pictures
cracked
on your
me
phone,
up.
yeah.
Because she was just like, "Oh my god!" Like literally, we pushed the numbers a little bit, but like it looked like about, I could be over dramatic, but 500 of those pictures were strictly from apps.
Damn.
Yeah, and they're just
That's a lot
like,
of
but they're just
pictures.
like little pieces of like for the icons and things, right?
Yeah, like Candy
Yeah.
Crush. She downloaded it once. She
Yeah.
had 35 pictures of different symbols of Candy Crush.
Really?
Yeah.
That would take up space that she couldn't find on
Yeah.
her phone personally.
Uh-huh.
Right.
But through a computer, you can.
Got
Damn,
ya.
that's
And
wild.
so it makes me wonder, like, well, shit, dude, everybody should be plugging their phones in to see what shit's getting downloaded.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying you're getting viruses, but
Well-
like space-wise, you can fucking clean your phone
So
pretty
in general,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what the permissions on phones are.
well. It was kind of glass shattering. I was
Well,
like, oh,
dude,
fuck,
you
that
gotta
makes sense,
you gotta
though.
figure there's people in offices who work for the government watching people have sex and get changed and stuff. Because that's what I would do if I worked for the
Yes,
government.
best reaction, T-boy.
That's and if you've seen, yeah, I mean that's what's going on.
This is America.
That's what's going on.
We
I mean,
have rights, motherfucker.
How dare them?
dude, I'm from Russia,
Fucking
man.
act like that, dude.
This is Camp White Russian, guys.
That's true.
This
The
is
whole-
Camp
it's a
White
whole
Russian.
new world.
Oh fuck! I know you guys are going to both answer no. Did you guys watch Edward Snowden on Joe Rogan?
I watched the first hour.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
First of all, Edward Snowden, you can tell no one fucking lets that guy talk because
Yeah.
he was just so stoked to just go on and on and on
Fuck
and
yeah.
on, dude.
Fuck yeah.
He was like, "Holy shit, we're gonna talk for 3 hours. I can actually tell my
dude,
fucking
a
stories."
ramble?
It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
I love. Did you see the part where he was talking about Joe Rogan's avatar?
Yeah.
That fucking
Yeah, that was awesome.
and it
That was
cracked
awesome.
me up, dude. That was
Yeah.
the best. But yeah, like, yeah, dude, that fucking. We just like are cool with what we have, and so we'll hit yes on anything.
Mhm.
Man.
Yeah.
You know, and like Curtis and I started using a browser called Brave recently,
Oh yes.
Mhm.
and it's basically like.
Check it out.
It basically is like all the default settings in the browser are like you have to allow each website to do something that would be unsafe for your computer. So instead of like a normal browser, you install it, and because they want you to be able to do anything and everything without having to get in your way, they just make it totally unsafe. So if you download Chrome and install it,
Yeah.
you can go to websites and they can fuck your computer up.
Yeah.
Like it's just, everything's
Yeah.
enabled by default.
Yeah.
This browser goes like, hey, they're trying to run an advanced CSS script. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
dude, I shit you not. Within a week, you will switch back to another browser because there's so many things you have to
It's
approve
fucking
that are it's like
Damn.
this site's using 80 tracking cookies.
Yeah,
and,
wow.
and the type of cookies that share it with other websites, like
So you mean people are doing things that are kind of not that nice on the
Yeah.
internet?
Dude, put it this way.
Secretly.
they're just monetizing like little menial bits of information, but the end result's not good because if no one cares about all their menial little bits, they just won't care that like the camera on their phone can turn on at any point, and
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. It can be sitting by your bed, and they can
Yeah.
just people can
Be-
listen to you
yeah.
sex.
And the,
Yeah.
the craziest part is like I went to one and it stopped me and I was like, well, I'm curious what's stopping. So I opened up my regular Google
Yeah.
and there was all these ads on the side. And I went back to Brave and there was nothing except what I'm researching.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, that's just the front page.
know,
that's
ads-
not even the deep part.
Yeah,
Wow.
and ads are actually one of the biggest parts of it because some websites, if they do ads that are not just text based, they don't have the ability to like verify the code that's
Right.
behind each of those ads.
Right.
So
Uh-huh.
what they're allowing the ad companies to do is they have a space in their website that they can embed stuff.
Okay.
And so, and unless it's just text.
Yeah.
So they can embed pieces of code that have cookies in them that just take all of the information your browser will give it.
Mm-hmm.
And a website, even if a website's well-meaning and they're just selling ads, if it's beyond text, they can't really control what's being pulled off their website.
Well, I noticed
So
like
bizarre.
if we talk about chocolate chip cookies like at my house, like
that's Instagram.
huh?
That's Instagram.
That's Instagram?
If anybody has installed Instagram on their phone and it's in the room,
Yeah.
no one can convince me otherwise. I've literally done an experiment where I don't have Instagram on our phones,
Uh-huh.
and that won't happen.
Uh-huh.
And then the thing is, Instagram is owned by Facebook,
Uh-huh.
and they're so good at collecting information.
Yeah.
They have the microphone running all the time.
Wow.
I fucking
Yeah.
guarantee.
They
it.
they turn that shit right on.
Yeah.
Well, you tell them they can. You
Yeah.
go, oh,
Yeah, you
audio,
just say, yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, I want it to, because here's
Yeah.
the catch.
Yeah.
To take a picture, once you install the app,
Yeah.
you allow it to record audio and video.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to post
I
anything
see,
to
I see.
Instagram, boom, dude.
Yeah.
And 100%, that's totally it. Instagram, they're at least the highest offender.
Yeah.
And people are leaving apps open.
Facebook sits there and goes like,
Huh?
no, we
Yeah.
don't record audio.
You don't
Yeah,
have
'cause if
to,
you don't clear your apps and shit, like,
Yeah.
let alone it's already fucking running shit.
So you're saying that we're living in the greatest security and surveillance apparatus
are
in
wired.
history, and that maybe that's not such a good thing.
Yes.
Wearing a wire became a legit
Yeah,
thing.
the next step is that those security breaches will start asking us for authority
Mm-hmm.
for sure,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're fucked. Once we give them actual authority,
Yeah.
which we're pretty fucking close to. I mean, Facebook goes and testifies in front of Congress, and it's basically a fucking act.
Yeah.
It's basically like, oh, the forum is limited, so each person only has 3 minutes to ask questions, and then he only has 5 minutes to respond. It's like there's not one technical question you could ask.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all based
that
on
could be
timing.
explained in that amount
Yeah.
of time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like the debates.
Yeah, it's called forced brevity, or it's a tactic by the media, and so there's no actual discussion taking
Yeah.
place.
And
because
you know
need more
their
time.
next goal is to personal businesses and people that don't get paid over the table and get paid under the table and document. That's their next goal, is to figure out what little sense they're missing, and they
Wow.
don't know what's going on. I feel like that's the next step, is they're going to start being able to lock in and figure out, like if Facebook's doing what he's talking about, they're just one step away from figuring out what people are doing behind the books.
No,
what they're-
Facebook gets to deny it because they own Instagram.
Sorry,
Instagram's the
Facebook.
one who gets all the audio
Yeah.
information for them.
Yeah, not
No,
Facebook,
Facebook
yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
record audio.
Yeah, it's no. You can trust Facebook.
We're just a happy, friendly friend that's going to help you find a friend across seas.
right, right.
Don't worry about the in-betweens.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's kind of so about the Joker. It's kind of the same kind of shit. So the critics, I'm pretty sure. Are,
It's fucking so bad.
Yeah.
yeah, it's dude, it's so.
The more we
fucking
talk
epic.
about it, just
You know,
like
it's-
drooling about it.
It's amazing.
Everything I've heard, positive and negative, is the right things for me to be like, fuck.
Yeah. But anyway,
I
so,
like it as
so
much as
I
people
got
are telling
obsessed
me.
about. I looked on Google and whatever they had started filtering because now they filter according to what they want you to see, whatever. But
I'm gonna say something really unpopular.
yeah,
I use DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo. It's
Fuck
good.
it. They don't save your searches.
Ah.
yeah.
They don't assign your searches to you.
Beyond
Oh, yeah.
incognito.
They get the information. But no,
Oh, yeah.
you don't go typing something in front of your girlfriend and go,
Yeah.
you don't do that.
Yeah.
Put in P and it says porn. Oh,
It's
shit.
not- I'm sure there's better out there and stuff, but yeah, I actually
Oh, yeah.
switched over to that a little bit ago because of that.
Ah.
Because I found out there's certain terms you can search, and you can tell how much you can trust a search engine by searching them. You can
Oh,
go to
okay,
different-
really?
Yeah. So
Google
like,
is pretty. Yeah.
one of them was Hillary Clinton something.
Yeah.
And the top Google result was just something really benign.
Yeah.
And all the other search engines were like Hillary Clinton hides, oh no, it was the email stuff.
Yeah.
Google search results like Hillary Clinton email didn't have the scandal as the top result.
Mm-hmm.
But other search engines were like, obviously that's the fucking top result. Like
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton email. They're looking for the Hillary Clinton email scandal
Right.
from
Google's
the
like,
DNC.
Google's like, what are you talking about? I
Yeah,
don't know
Google's
anything
like-
about that.
huh?
Interesting. Interesting.
But I don't think there's like, I don't think Google's like trying to fuck us over. I think they're just pandering in wrong ways, and
Yeah.
and in a way that's my only issue with like social media or social justice culture is that if you give the ability to just say something's wrong, if you give that the ability to start censoring things on a mass level,
Yeah.
you got an issue, dude.
Yeah. True.
Because me and you can come up with a campaign where we say like, because of this minority, this idea here is wrong, and then if you can't Google search it, like what the fuck just happened? dude?
Yeah.
It's fucking
Yeah. It's
total media like mind control shit
Yeah.
on accident. It's not even. I don't think there's.
No,
like
it's on purpose. And, well,
it's a version of
it's on purpose.
hashtagging because you got things organized by a
purpose,
hashtag.
It's on purpose based on like advertising, right? Because advertisers
not
don't-
only it's also all right. So basically, if you break it down, again, Noam Chomsky, it's like my fucking whatever my
spirit animal.
yeah, my spirit animals, Noam Chomsky and my mother,
And your mother.
and yeah.
Morphed.
And morphed together,
Like-
head of my mother, Noam Chomsky's
it's like,
hands.
it's like a centaur, but
Yeah.
just
it's a
human.
Russian thing.
It's a Russian thing. Yeah, they're both Russian Jews,
Russians are into hybrids.
Yeah, Russians. Anyway, I wish Noam Chomsky was my dad. And
That make you a druid.
a druid. Yeah.
You guys are morphing into things.
Animorphs. Animorphs was a great novel series for young adults back in the 90s. It's a book called Necessary Illusions.
Oh.
And yeah, man, mind control. Anyway, it's mind control through the media.
Yeah.
And because it's what they don't talk about that makes them mind control.
Yeah.
When this was back then, now it's more advanced, but
Okay.
this was back then. It's a history of public relations. Another book, Stuart Ewan, PR is a book.
Yeah. Fuck. Who's
It's
the
a-
guy?
Yeah.
The PR guy. Anyway, go ahead.
It's a process that's been going for like over 100 years at this point of getting how do you control people's minds using media.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they do is they leave shit out. So they'll talk about, all right, like some U.S. operation will take place, in like Syria or something like that. So they won't mention it. They'll talk about something else like fucking Miley Cyrus's pussy or something. And then that's pretty obvious. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
But they do it so much that, like New York Times.
Yeah,
they-
or how bad the Joker is.
yeah. That's an example of it, in my opinion, because they're saying like this movie is so bad, it's going to incite violence. It's all
And I
such
know
bullshit.
we like
Yeah.
that though. We like the
Which-
bad, so we like, oh, it's weird and bad.
I was gonna
I
say,
want it
yeah,
then.
exactly.
Which, as we all know, the Joker movie is at the heart of the fucking one mass shooting a week in America.
Exactly. It's
So,
the Joker movie.
It retroactively is to blame for
Laughter and
all
violence
of
is
the
what we
fucking
need.
shooting. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I think we're beating around the bush here.
Maybe it's not the arms industry selling guns.
Maybe it's the mass shootings.
Yeah.
Maybe we should address that issue.
So putting the cart
Weird.
before the horse a little bit.
little bit.
I looked at all the
Yeah, that stuff was like, I mean, the root of it started by like Edward Bernays and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, the PR stuff where he
Yep.
basically took his uncle the Freudian stuff that, you know, Freudianism. I don't think as a whole is like, here we go into Intellectville. I don't think as a whole Freudianism is like entirely accurate, but a lot of the models work
Yeah.
to assess situations.
Yeah, I
for
think
sure.
so. Yeah.
for sure. You know,
With-
there's
yeah.
parts of it that are like
maybe not, but
that's biased to Freud, but you know what I mean. But
it's some working stuff in there.
Bernays took all of that stuff, which is like the birth of psychology, basically,
Yep.
and figured out a way to monetize it, which is basically led to PR and advertising campaigns immediately.
Yeah, and it leads to like fucking like a beautiful
it
woman
leads to
driving a
sex
Lexus in
sells
between YouTube songs. It's like
Yeah.
fuck you. I don't want to look at that right
It leads to sex
Makes me
sells and
feel
Pretty
bad.
Woman.
now. Yeah, exactly. And well, I read the critics' reviews. They're all like, they would say things like, "This movie isn't saying anything. It's boring," or yeah, it's flat. There's no actual story here. It's
Well, they're expecting that like comic style. Like, no, you need to stick to the script, and that's that
Yeah.
generation that's almost filtered out. No offense.
yeah,
But it's almost filtered
they're
out.
not on Twitch, bro.
Yeah.
You're good.
There's a point one
There's a bunch of 12-year-olds
0.11%
watching.
of 60-years that are watching.
yeah. Fuck 60-year-olds.
There's one really immature 60-year-old, and they're like, "Yeah, guys, preach."
Yeah,
I'm one of you. I'm one of you.
yeah.
Meanwhile, he has
I'm
the
cool.
Joker like paint on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
America.
Fuck yeah. Then the I don't know what you call it, regular people reviews. I don't know, fucking people like just
Private.
regular people,
Non-monetized
private citizens.
reviews
Yeah,
kinda deal.
well, you're supposed to have a democracy, like citizens. I don't know. We don't have that anymore, but
Percentage of illegal aliens.
All
Yeah.
the people in real life that I know that have talked about it have said
Yeah.
it's great.
exactly. So online,
so just you know,
online, it's fucking everyone's giving 10 out of 10. Like, this movie's fucking amazing. I haven't seen a movie that's good in years, you know. And I fucking I go with that, and so like I said, I wasn't gonna see it. I was like, this is a piece of shit, right? But then I read an article saying like on Truthdig, it's like a radical left website. I don't give a shit.
Radical left?
I read Chris Hedges' columns on there.
no doubt.
I don't care. That's
Yeah.
I indulge.
I listen to like really intense critiques of music. I love. I like,
yeah?
I look into them because they make me laugh.
Oh yeah.
And I think a lot of them are ironic. Like
They're like
there was a guy for a while that was like doing that to the Mars Volta.
uh-huh.
Oh dang.
And it was like, dude, you can only write these reviews if you fucking love this. Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no way.
Yeah, if you put,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you put the time in to review, you are enjoying
Yeah,
it.
You love
exactly.
that, yeah.
Exactly. Like it's just you know it's
funny,
this
man.
weird like
Which then makes
reverse
other people want it
trollism.
more. So,
Yeah, true. Yeah, all the
it
bad
does
reviews
that
make
full
you
loop.
make you want
Doesn't hurt. Never hurts. Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
everyone likes a little violence in their foreplay. We were talking about that earlier.
That's right. That's right.
A little slap, a little bite, dude. Reviews. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Foreplay.
You fucking pervert.
Well, if you're a movie, yeah,
Says the guy holding an axe.
I'm the Joker. And the Joker was a autobiography, like I mentioned, of me, and of like what things are to come in my life. But
Oh shit.
no, but they in this article they
White
said
Russian.
the article's called "Neoliberalism is the True Enemy of the Joker," and that piqued my interest. I was like, "Fuck, that sounds
Ooh.
cool." So I read the article, and yeah, there might be some spoilers, so I'm not gonna say too much. But basically, they're like, "Yeah, the movie's about fucking our society. It's not about fucking Batman or Joker."
Wait, and this is on an extra leftist website?
Yeah,
Weird. So isn't neoliberalism considered a very left idea?
yeah. Yeah, I get
Or is the-
neoliberalism.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
It's the left part, like
It's
yeah,
like it's like the real people on the left are like, that's a little crazy. That's
Yeah.
a little far. Is that what kind of
Neoliberalism-
website it is?
Yeah, all right, so when you say radical left, it's kind of weird because they just tell you shit that's like, just shit that actually happened, like from a point of view of like people. So it's not. It's not like it's not like
word
a
association style.
Yeah, like it's hard to like describe. Like, it's not like you need to believe this or you need to believe that. It's more just like an alternative news source kind of thing.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Yeah.
it's not like a philosophy. They tend to agree on things, but you're not necessarily going to agree with everything everyone's
Yeah.
writing.
See, that's a problem.
Brainstorm.
I think that's the
Yeah.
problem with a two-party like binary kind of system for politics.
But neoliberalism is like, yeah, it is a problem because it's really just one party, which is the party of big business. It's the same shit. It's nothing's going to change like on Wall Street if it's Democrat or Republican. But neoliberalism is what it's referring to is policies under Obama, Clinton, even.
Well, I mean, like liberalism meaning like being liberal in applying like laws and regulations on things, right?
No, the opposite of that. Neoliberalism, as in, what it means is basically letting
that's why
companies.
neo.
Yeah, neo.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not classical liberalism. I don't even know that much about these terms, but neoliberalism is like, all right, we're going to deregulate the banking industry. We're going to deregulate.
Oh, that's weird because like I think liberalism sort of means the exact opposite.
Yeah, it's like,
Weird. Yeah, that's weird.
it's weird, but
That's
it's the
fucking weird.
policies. It's like deregulating. It's getting rid of social programs. It's saying we're not going to support things anymore.
Huh.
We're gonna let the market dictate, which is obviously total bullshit. But it's
Oh, okay.
deregulating so that people with a lot of money can consolidate their interests, and then the everyday person gets totally fucked. It's also called things like austerity, like in other countries, especially like Britain and stuff. It's like cutting funding for little people who are just
Yeah.
trying to get by. Like, we're not going to pay for your bus pass anymore. We're not going to give you free health care anymore.
We want that extra 5 cents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you add it up,
Yeah.
it's a lot of millions for us.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's neoliberalism. So this article is saying, yeah, that's the villain of the Joker. It's not. This is what it's a commentary about. It's
Right.
about how our society is failing because of these policies. So I was like, shit, I gotta fucking see this now.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what it's about. It's a commentary on our. It's set in 1981, based on the movies they're showing at the theater on the marquee.
Mm-hmm.
But it's today, and it's not saying this is. It's not inciting people to violence. It's saying
Yeah.
this is what happens when you fucking
It's like
don't
reading
help.
between the lines. Just
Yeah.
don't just look at
Gotcha.
the violent part. Look at the in
Gotcha.
between.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I will
definitely.
say the Joker, he kills people, but he only kills people who have wronged him. He doesn't kill just like a fucking homeless person on the street or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that fits in perfectly. Why it would be a cautionary.
Well, like the
cautionary tale
like
for
the
those people who are, over suppressing.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this only comes around for those who
Exactly.
it
Who
comes
are
around-
fucking guilty.
Exactly.
Who actually did shit to deserve it.
It's basically like, hey, if you're one of those guys that made a shitload of money not having a conscience,
Yeah.
might want to check yourself. Before
Yeah,
you wreck
exactly.
yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's always they're like, oh, we should be scared. Yeah, it's good. People, the power should be scared of people
Yeah.
because otherwise we're just getting totally fucked.
Well, and think
Yeah.
about like the scene where it's on the previews where he's spinning the sign. He's doing a very low end job,
yeah.
just trying to live.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets fucking jumped.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, people that are trying, they're already rock bottomed.
Exactly.
You poke them and kick them, shit's
Exactly.
gonna happen.
Exactly. And
I'm not saying the sign jobs are rock bottom. It is making money.
but it is rock bottom. Yeah, like it's psychopathic to push people like that. And I know, having psychopathic tendencies myself, it's fucking. I keep him in check. I keep him in check sometimes.
Psychopath check.
Because like I said, I'm the Joker, baby. But fucking the people in power, man. They like
Oh, fuck.
when they know how low, they know what position so many people are in. Like fucking people in the hospital, bills. They can't, and they know they keep pushing it, and then acting like it's their fault. That's as psychopathic as it gets. Is it? You know what I mean? That's like New York bankers and
You can do
higher ups.
non-violence in that realm, dude. They
Yeah.
just strictly be just with an eye, with the look of an eye.
Yeah, dude, it's all total
Yeah.
plausible deniability. Your boys
We
will
got
do
different
everything for you.
levels of that
Dude,
shit.
you don't have to do shit. You're like, I'm just going to work.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
wearing a suit.
It's one of those things because like if you take it to a more moderate realm, it's weird because it's not like what people say when they're like, hey, make me more profit as like a shareholder. They're not saying fuck people over.
Yeah.
But what happens is if you fucking made each avenue of your company super efficient to the point where you've already maximized profit as far as weighing profit against people's like well-being and
Yeah.
feelings and all that shit.
Yeah.
Then the next thing you do is go like, so I still got to increase your profit. Still, all right, dude. Fucking
No cap.
60-year-old
No
Joe,
cap.
like
Yeah.
you're back on the floor, dude. You fucking. I don't care about your tennis elbow, dude. Get out there.
That's
Yeah.
what
You know,
insurance is for.
Yeah.
It's
it
not the
turns into
best.
that really quick.
Yeah, I think
But
we all
we'll keep you
experience things
working
like that.
because the insurance
Yeah.
sucks and you have to pay the bill still. So that keeps you coming back to work.
Right.
So we give you the low insurance.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is
you
why,
have to pay and work harder.
which is
Yeah.
super. What confuses me about calling it neoliberalism is because I thought like the idea behind liberalism, which I just read the definition behind neoliberalism, and you're totally right. Like that's exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, have you guys noticed that they meaning like politicians or just people in the political realm, they get off on switching the meaning of something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think they do that on purpose. It's some 1984 shit, dude.
Totally.
It's doublespeak.
Totally.
It's like, hey, we're gonna make liberalism mean this certain thing, and then half a century later, we're just gonna flip it on its head.
Yeah.
And we're gonna tell everyone, no, it's neoliberalism. It's the way new liberals act.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's conservatism.
Exactly.
That's
Make the document
that's-
long enough, no one's going to read it. There's going to be like,
it-
except.
that's economic
Yeah.
conservatism. Neoliberalism is economic conservatism.
Right.
Meaning lack of government,
Yeah.
lack of regulation.
That's right. That's right.
Liberalism literally means a liberal amount.
Yeah.
It means a lot of.
Right.
So they're saying a lot of no laws.
A lot
it's
of
a
no
double
laws.
negative, dude.
It's double speak.
a lot.
War is
It
peace.
is, dude.
War
Yeah,
is
making a
peace.
positive.
War is peace.
Fucking 2 minutes hate. Fucking Fox News is 24 hours hate.
Yeah, dude. I know you guys all tune in to Camp White Russian for this kind of stuff.
This,
right.
so.
this is what we're here for.
You don't need the news, man. We're right here.
We're right here, baby.
Yeah.
We take care of you. We're just a bunch of neos. Come on.
We're Neos. And Neos in the Matrix.
We all fucking just dip out into the Matrix. Go all the way. You can see the wire coming out of the back of our heads.
Don't mind the whole script. Just hit accept.
Yeah. Just
Treat
always
it.
hit accept.
Don't read it.
Don't
Just-
ever read it. It takes too long.
Dude, if you want to know how aware people are, we're all. I consider myself pretty technically proficient. Bruce, do you think you're pretty like computer wise?
Relatively speaking.
Relatively speaking.
Relatively
Curtis,
speaking.
how do you feel?
I
You
feel
like
pretty confident.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does EULA stand for? EU.
End user license agreement.
Oh, see, this guy gets a gold star.
That's right.
Exactly.
Oop.
I was expecting everyone to go, fuck, I don't know. And then I was like, the world's doomed.
Hey, I'm gonna save the world, guys.
I guess that's why we just had a conversation about neoliberalism versus,
Yeah.
versus economic conservatism.
Just sitting there ready, like.
Bruce is
man.
like, I've been
practicing for
been
this
waiting
day.
for 10 years for someone to ask me that question.
Thank you
dude.
so much. I've waited.
And that right there is called a savings.
Yeah.
No shit.
But Joker is all about that shit, man.
Fuck yeah.
And it ties into also I think people's awareness of mental issues is rising because it's undeniable now that people have problems.
Yeah.
So the movie ties in those two main themes, and yet it's even in there explicitly like the individual has mental problems and the society has fucking major problems. When
And
you put them together, they don't work very well.
You're gonna put
Yeah.
a square in a circle?
Yeah.
Tell me how that's gonna work.
It's a classic feedback loop. You don't need not all the world all is going to agree about everything all the time. You already know that. That's like the basis of fucking reality is like everyone's always fucking arguing.
Yeah.
So if you create a society and the rules of the society lean too heavily towards a certain type of belief,
Yeah.
there's going to be a large portion of the civilization that their default fucking operating mode as a
Yeah.
human and their brain just won't be compatible with it.
Completely.
Yeah.
They're just not going to be compatible.
Yeah.
And eventually you're going to fucking start making some jokers, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. and now it's like one Joker every week or every day on average, isn't it? It's every week at least.
If you
It's not
combine
every
the-
day, but it's way.
if you're documenting
if it
around the
was
world,
once a month,
timing
let's
can be almost
clear.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Let's be clear. If it was once a month,
once a week,
that's crazy.
Once
That's
a week,
crazy.
once a week is what I was told in
Is
an
that just
active shooter
America?
training drill at the YMCA.
I mean, I think.
Yeah, just
I
America.
think the numbers
Okay,
work.
dang.
Actually, guess what? We have internet.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I hate to do this. This is very
Oh, it's all
unprofessional.
good, dude.
But
It's
I
all
have to go
good.
back.
It's all
Do you
good.
mind on your way back, buddy? Get me a dead guy. Thank
Yeah,
you.
would you grab me one? So I'm looking up how many mass shootings in America because this is a really.
That is because I'd like to know.
It's a light topic. It's a
But I-
light topic.
I'd like to know how close it is.
I'm just gonna go how many mass shootings 2019, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not googling it by the way. I'm DuckDuckGoing it.
Yes. Fuck ads. Make your ads. Don't watch ads.
Meanwhile, Google made the OS I'm using, but whatever.
It's okay. We still have an algorithm that's comforting our Google.
Okay. Sweet. This isn't going to be depressing at all.
Yes. So we only have 2 months left in the year. Keep that in mind.
Okay. Well, so here's the issue though. See, so I looked list
Ooh.
of mass shootings in America
Are those red
in the
dots?
United States 2019. Here's the issue though. The first mass shooting has 3 injured and 1 dead. I guess any more than 1 just is considered. So if Bruce whips out a gun right now as he comes out of the bathroom and kills us both, it's a mass shooting. So that's the other thing you got to realize. is
Okay,
like,
so basically any time that there's...
you got to know what the definition means. In
Now,
fact,
mass shooting definition, sorry, let me cut you off, but mass shooting definition, is that more than one person?
So actually, I'm looking at the definitions on Wikipedia right now, and according to Mass Shooting Tracker, which we all know them. Yeah. So Stanford University says 3 or more shot in one incident. Washington Post says 4 or more shot. They're a little more stringent. They like a little more.
So it almost seems like 2 to 3.
Anyway, point being, today is Saturday, October 26th. The last one was on the 20th. The last one before that, there was 2 on the 19th.
Thank you, sir.
See, I think this is a classification issue in a little bit of a way. What'd you ask, Bruce? Oh, nothing ready made. I'll throw some burritos in though. You want some burritos? Yeah, come down and take over the mic for a second. I'll throw some burritos in, dude.
So what do you got?
See, this is like I said though. It's like okay, it's a classification issue, and what you have to keep in mind is just because there are more mass shootings in America doesn't mean America has more gun violence than other places.
So-
that's a misnomer. Like,
So what's the definition to mass, though?
that's what I was
alone?
saying. Some people consider it 3 or more injured in a shooting. Others consider it 4. So 4 or more people.
Okay.
We have more of that kind of violence than we do like one-on-one murders, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there are countries where their one-on-one murders outweigh our mass gun violence.
Oh,
You
yeah,
see you see what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
But it still points to the root cause, which is like a mental illness issue. We have a type of violence in our country
Yeah.
where people have no way of channeling their anger.
Yeah.
They don't know how to choose who to kill.
Yeah, and
right?
that
Yeah.
way, you know, because last
Because
thing...
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, last thing a fucking serial killer or mass shooter wants to do is fucking talk numbers. That's
Yeah.
probably what probably led up to it, was having to double think too much.
I think
And that, I mean, I'm just saying that's...
I think I know what you're saying, but I think a decent way to look at it too is that the type of society America has created is a very fragmented as far as what your daily life causes you to interact with people on. Like,
Yeah.
you can order shit off Amazon and never see a person.
Yep.
Yep. Well, that guy that
Right?
made that shit
So
in his
you
garage.
can never have someone in your life that pisses you off enough to kill them if you
Yeah.
are a person who's prone to killing people.
Right.
Right.
So if you have no one in your life, and say you just are destined to be a murderer, and then you have a society that doesn't necessarily it doesn't incentivize socialism, meaning, and I don't mean the type of government, I mean like socializing. You don't have a target for your your anger, and maybe even your anger comes from not having fucking people in your life.
Yeah, big time.
You know, in fucking Africa, everyone's pissed because the economy's fucked up
Yeah,
because of countries like ours.
yeah,
So they kill each other
yeah,
because they get in an argument. So they kill a guy.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's more. Yeah, it's more.
It's a
there's
different
more,
type of violence caused from the same like root,
Yeah,
which is people who are disgruntled enough to murder.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense because, you know, I'm not saying like as far fetched, but it's, you know, it's crazy is like you go to explain something to someone and their attention span is not there. And you go to like try to explain it and they get almost overly irritated. And not, you know, everyone has their moments, but like if you get someone that gets, like I know of someone who gets pretty pissed off.
yeah,
And to a point where you're like, well, I'm just not going to talk to you about things.
yeah,
To where you got people like he's talking about where they get in a disagreement. You know, they're sitting there being like, you know what, fuck this, bam.
yeah.
They
And
just-
that's that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and their way their life's set up, they don't have an outlet to express their anger. If you
Yeah.
don't have anyone to talk to,
Yeah. You're fucked, man.
No
You're
hobbies,
fucked.
no someone,
You're
no one to
fucked, man.
talk to. You're in
in a
your head.
weird
Yeah.
way, I almost sympathize with them, except for their insane decisions.
Well, yeah,
You know
and,
what I mean?
and as far as what they do, I'm like in the Joker, I'm like, I did all that shit, except I didn't get a gun. I didn't kill people.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I became a stand-up
Yep.
comedian. I wrote these thoughts down that are clearly not jokes, but I said they were jokes.
You killed
Yeah.
in laughter.
I killed in laughter
People laugh.
occasionally.
People laugh because they're uncomfortable because they know they feel exactly the way you feel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I like to feel
It's,
like my mass shooting is my music.
yeah.
You mass shoot them with fucking
Mass shoot with love.
with love and sound waves at 99 kilohertz, motherfucker. No,
Yeah.
that's not a
No,
that's
like,
not a technical
and
term.
it's true. So everything in America is it's anonymous. It's like I've heard it referred to. And this is again, Chris Hedges is like again. This is what brought my attention to it. This guy named Sheldon Wolin invented a phrase called inverted totalitarianism.
Nice.
So in totalitarianism, you got one guy at the top who tells everyone else what to do. So you got Stalin, Hitler, Mussolini, whatever. Totalitarianism. Inverted totalitarianism is the other way around. You got a fucking whole class of people anonymously up top. You don't know who they are. We don't know who the heads. We don't know who runs these companies and makes these decisions.
Almost keeps you in the dark, so you're unknown.
Completely in the dark, and then
Yeah.
it affects you
Yeah.
down to an individual level. You don't know who to blame. You can't
Yeah.
just go shoot a building where it's
and not only
taking
that, but
place.
then you have all the weight of all of that. It's just
Exactly.
dude. The analogy's perfect for that.
I just had the realization. I mean, I might have realized it before when I was high and then forgot, but I just had the realization that that's where this sort of social justice movement is coming from. There's people are realizing that the thing that America lacks culture-wise is interaction on an individual level that
Yeah.
allows people who feel like outsiders to feel
Definitely.
like they fit in.
Completely.
And so what they're doing is they're even in some cases even overreaching, but in a good-hearted like manner. You
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
like there's some cases where it's like we don't got to defend the group for them. They can defend them. That's part of the issue, right? Is
Yeah.
that they feel like they need to defend the group for them.
Yeah.
They're
Like,
not
don't
part of the group.
micromanage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help that group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's even an indication that like the general interaction between whatever that type of person is that wants to defend them and the group they're defending is not happening. They don't have friends that are that way.
Nah.
And there's situations that are examples of the opposite, right? Of course somebody might have a trans friend that has been discriminated against and that's why they start a group to fight for transsexual rights, right?
Yeah.
And nobody's going to argue against that. That's like nature. It's just nature
Yeah.
taking
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Like if somebody fucking fucks with you and we're on the street, like, you know, I'm not a violent guy. I'm not going to take, that's not my first reaction to the situation. But if somebody escalates it to violence, like, yeah, dude, I'm on this guy's side.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's a
we're going to
natural
fuck
reaction.
you up.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
Same
you know,
here.
But the fucked up part is like we don't need to be in such small groups. We should feel more of a connection to each other that disallows us from going, "Oh, you're fucking with Bruce?" What should happen is, "Hey dude, just so you know, I know this guy, he's fucking rad." And you should feel enough connection with other people in
Yeah.
the room to take my
Yeah.
word for it
Yeah.
and like instead of escalating it to violence, just like chill
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
out.
Because if you go
Yeah,
high heated,
completely.
you're gonna fucking throw off everything. You
Yeah.
enter it like you're saying, you're gonna fucking smooth it out just on the conversation
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah, so it makes those mass
It's
shooting
an impli-
statistics be revelatory of those ideas. Is like
everyone feels disconnected. It's such
in
a
the
common
most connected
feeling.
technological society.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, and it is. It's like we are implicitly disconnected as opposed to implicitly connected, which is fucked up. It means you're a stranger everywhere you go. You don't belong anywhere. Nobody does, essentially.
So where do you feel we're at? If you look at, because I ascribe to sort of the pendulum swinging kind of philosophy of like just in any situation you're gonna have pendulum swings of each category of like movements in society, attitudes, whatever, right? So if America is the pendulum and our society is the swing, right?
Yeah.
Are we just in a spot where we're going to cause people to try to defend each other, and then there's going to be just continue, or like, are we headed back towards a more moderate society that allows everyone to connect, or are we headed more disconnected and fragmented? How do you feel about that?
I got a few parts to it.
I don't know if I was concise
No,
enough
I
on
know
my
what you're saying. I know what you're
question.
saying. It's like, are we heading in a good way to be more connected, or are we heading more disconnected than we already fucking are?
Yeah.
I would say probably both, because I'm an idealist, because I don't know. I mean, I have personal issues, so I try to stay positive.
Yeah.
Like if there's a mass consciousness revolution, which is already obviously somewhat underway, that
Yeah.
will save the fucking everything. That will save it.
Yeah.
But there's also things that have happened, can happen, and will happen that will completely fuck us up beyond repair. And so it's a game of what's gonna happen, how are we gonna react, are we gonna change this shit, or is it just gonna get worse and worse and worse? Obviously, right now it's heading towards worse and worse and worse. But again, shit can change in a second. All it would take would be for police and military to not do their job, and nobody can control the public at that point. There's no mechanism of violence onto the public.
Right. Or another equally bad issue is police and military siding with anyone who's just got an inflammatory point of view. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? If somehow they mobilize on the side of people who are just getting upset about things,
Yeah.
that's even worse. Dude.
Well, it's-
that's like
well,
that's
it's-
you know what I mean? Because then you have guns, you have organized, government essentially behind idealism,
Right.
And what's
which
crazy,
is supposed to not be what government is.
Right.
yeah.
It's supposed to be.
And what's really crazy is like we're able to document a lot of things that's been happening over the past whatever years. I'm not going to give a number, but what's really crazy to think about is
10 million.
there was even more crime before the documenting, but never was documented.
Right.
So now that we can know it, people are
Documentation
seeing.
issue. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people are seeing what's going on. So it is getting to the worser thing.
Yeah.
I'm going back to what when you were asking about like what we
Yeah.
feel. It going to where people are seeing it going to the worse and worse, where you guys' is both views
Right.
on police and military doing certain things. But what's crazy is that kind of police and military, even before the military and police, there was, dirty guards, dirty.
Yeah.
You go back to foot soldiers doing dirty mass things that
Yeah,
people
it's
never.
authority,
And it
right?
was
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
okay to do because women rights,
Yeah.
Just
families,
accepted.
tribes,
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Now it's
People
so
weren't
docu-
stoked about it, but it was
Yeah.
accepted. Yeah.
Exactly, and now people know about it and they don't like it. Mass shootings,
Yeah.
presidents, whatnot, etc. But what's really crazy
Yeah.
is now that it's documented, now that it's noticed. Yeah, on some subjects we're a little late, but the fact that it's all been filmed, talked about, literally broadcasted, gives that not hope, but gives that like, ooh, what kind
Yeah.
of style? What's gonna happen with this? As of right now, you're not gonna know. People drinking energy drinks and e-cigs off top real quick, but drinking
Yeah.
not knowing what it's gonna do in
Yeah.
the far
Yeah.
future.
Oh, it turns
Right.
out people are
So-
dying from Juuls. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then with all this
Crazy.
things they're learning, they're like, down the road, they're going to know, dude, these mass shootings actually really helped us because now we got to fucking break shit down.
Yeah.
We've gotten to learn. A lot of people are going to be, they get really pissed when you say a positive too, but I'm that guy.
see what
a
you're
lot
saying,
of us,
man.
a
You
lot
got
of us
it.
are the way where we
Yeah.
kind of sit in the middle. We're like, hey, you can say fuck off, and I'm going to tell you a good reason why that's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you a bad reason why that's okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm going to be
Yeah.
like, guess what? It's just okay, but it's on how you take it.
Yeah,
but that's going off subject. Sorry.
No. That's I think that's directly on subject. I think an important point to bring up with what you're saying is, yes, you're totally right. That if you have a fairly concrete view of what happened in the past and how it affected the future, that does inform people positively. I think that's the issue we're running into.
Yeah, even let people know negative because the negative helps.
Right, totally.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
shown the dirty.
What I'm saying is that is how we learn naturally as humans and as a culture. I think the issue we're directly battling with right now is nobody knows what's right. Nobody knows not right as in right and wrong. I mean, nobody knows which news sources saying the correct facts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even a thing to go with that is people now know cigarettes kill you, but it's still going.
Yeah, that's not debated. Well,
but that goes well with what we're talking about, because even though we know, it's still happening. So it's going to take so long for something to noticed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And some.
I think sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think a really good subject to like work this idea we're talking about out is global warming.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we have maybe at most like 200 to 300 years of temperature measurement.
Mm-hmm.
Period. In the types of measurements we use today that are relevant to the past, right?
Yeah.
And the frequency of measurement has gone up astronomically over time, right? So like, back in fucking Aristotle's time, they'd pull out their mercury thing, but the limitation was how many times they could write it down a day on paper.
Yeah.
Nowadays we have an infinite amount of information.
Yeah.
We can sample data from our thermometers 10 million times a second if we wanted to.
True.
So we have so much more data, and we don't. But we, like, to say the Earth isn't getting warmer, like, well, just not paying attention to the data.
Yeah.
But to make a claim like this means we're doomed, there's still doubt in that because there isn't enough data. There isn't a long enough time span of data.
Yeah, because you don't know if it's going to be like,
you can
we go
project.
dry and all of a sudden
You can
we get all
project.
Based
warm.
on projections.
You can project, but the one thing we do know about data is that it's not uniform, especially when it comes to environments.
Oh, especially changing.
You know what I mean? So I'm not arguing global warming isn't a fucking issue. I think we're fucking up hard.
Yeah.
I think we're fucking up
We're
so
fucking the
fucking
algorithm
hard.
because of what we're
And
building.
we're fucking up. We're
people.
fucking up. But we're also fucking up hard because the data, the dates of data that we have that go back, they aren't enough to totally disallow people to go. You know what I'm saying?
You do have the record though, carbon dating. So even if they didn't take records, the scientists are also using the record in the soil and in the rock.
But then creationists will just be like, oh,
well, I don't talk to those people.
I guess my point is, like, it's like a culture battle almost. It's like it's science versus culture, and I don't mean that on a whole. I think you can have both. You can have your culture that informs your beliefs, but you also should probably listen to scientists.
Well,
Being said, there are some scientists that I just go like, you can't make that statement. You don't have the data to make that statement. I get what you're saying. What you're saying is, if we follow trends and we do the chart this far,
doing an estimated.
we know. Like, I heard a guy recently, I said this in the other podcast actually, that there's no way you could possibly tell the future with a dream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My issue with that is we have so little of a clue what a dream is.
True.
So little of a clue what consciousness is.
Or time.
Yeah.
Or time.
Yeah.
What
Completely
he's
relevant.
basing it off of is, I know the theorem for time, the mathematical theorem.
Yeah.
That measurement was developed while someone was awake.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's
that's-
apples
you don't
and
know- you
oranges.
don't know what
the
feeling-
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Global
It's limited.
climate change is not that.
No, it's not that.
It's in your face.
Global climate change is like, there's people in Africa just dying because there's no water anymore because the groundwater can't stay in the ground.
So crazy.
You got
There's-
these lumberjacks.
There's
that have been cutting
average
trees.
temperatures going up at a rate where in 10 years we're going to have millions of refugees due to climate.
Yeah, exactly.
We have refugees due to climate now.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. And the
I'm gonna throw
thing,
these burritos in, dude.
yeah, hell yeah, thanks, dude.
Ball.
Yeah, man. And when I was saying about the military and police, I was saying hope that happens, because that they're the only thing that's keeping it's, again, and back to the Joker. The Joker had the message was, hey, rich people are kind of fucking us all over, if you haven't noticed. And
that's why it's good to get. That's why they need to get a little dirty.
Yeah,
and then we notice the dirty.
Yeah,
and we feel the dirty, and it helps change.
Yeah, and
keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, people know. People know they know something's wrong. And I guess it's like things like the wages have stayed the same since the 70s, and the price of everything has gone up. People know that, and it's depressing.
That old saying of richer gets richer, poorer get poorer.
Exactly.
But then the moment you tax the richer more, they somehow make it worse on the poor.
Yeah.
Remember that when that happened? Was it like 8 years ago, I believe, when I first heard about it, when they're like, we're going to tax the rich people a little extra.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, prices of everything went up. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense, because the richer, I started doing like some back history. Mm-hmm. And I realized when that shit was said and a lot of things happened, the cost of living went up.
Yeah.
But minimum wage went up slightly.
Yeah.
So you're a 10 to 20. So you're always like 10 steps behind.
Right.
Like my dad told me when I was 10, and he would be like, oh, I got a raise. I got a 30-cent raise. My insurance went up 40 cents though.
Yeah, exactly. It's all those little tricks that they do, and it's not like rich people like, oh, somebody's got a nice house in the suburbs. Right. It's people who make policies who are like unfathomably rich, you know. That's who we're talking about, the 1%. But it's not even 1%. It's fucking like 0.01%.
Yeah.
They fucking pull the levers of the whole thing. They own the whole thing, and they create all this confusion amongst its divide and conquer type stuff.
Yes.
So the Joker is a movie that comes out and is like, bam, this is what's happening. Check it out.
It's good. They did what is it? They did a message in a movie, which is one of the things I love the most. Like, I don't know if you ever watched Gotham. It was a TV series.
Was it a cartoon?
No, it was a TV series they did through WB, and they didn't go by the script.
Uh-huh.
And it was mainly about villains.
Okay.
And Bruce was young.
Uh-huh.
And it's his young life, teenage life. But there's so many hidden messages in it. Like my dad, diehard Batman fan.
Yeah.
Watched 2 episodes, boycotted it.
Really?
Okay. Amanda and I watched it all, and I started doing that thing we were talking about where you start figuring out what the director and the actors are actually doing.
Yeah.
And it literally made sense to where I'm like, I see what they're doing.
Hell yeah.
They're showing, hey, these little, because all the villains, it's showing how all the villains got started.
Uh-huh.
And the fact that you like the Joker movie, the way you're explaining it, I think you'd like Gotham.
Gotham, yeah.
Because it's about villains. And yeah, there's some cliche parts, whatever. You know, you got to make some spice for the other people that are watching. But the one cool thing about it is it's showing that all these villains, little guy.
Yeah.
All villains are little guys.
Right.
Not saying that it's going to be mass shootings. I'm just saying it's bizarre that you have these messages that are being like, hey, guys. Because think about it now, schools, there's not many bullies anymore. There's online bullying, whatever. Yeah. But there's not bullying like there was when my dad was a kid. He told me stories that he'd get the shit kicked out of him. He was 5'5". Yeah. Okay. I grew up. I never got picked on. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And then generations now, you're not really getting picked on. And other things are happening, whatever. But the point I'm trying to get to is what you're talking about. So I keep going way off.
No, not at all.
But it's crazy because the way you're explaining this movie on the messages it has, it's just getting my fucking wheels turning because I've thought about this stuff so much to where I'm like, you know, I have a tattoo of the Joker on my arm.
Oh, that's fucking wild, dude.
And the reason I got that, you know, I got that because it's what I felt. I felt to where I don't understand myself.
Wow. When did you get that tattoo?
I'm 32 now. I got it when I was 24. Wow. 25.
Dude, that's cool, man.
I got it because, you know, for one, it was a childhood thing. You know, it was a t-shirt I had when I was young, and then I wore it on a patch on high school. But then when I got it, it was like, I remember Amanda being like, why do you want to get that? And I'm like, I just feel like when I look at it and his fucking hands are going through, and you read the comic, and the story was behind it, and then I made my own story to it where I'm like, I feel like, you know, and then as an adult, I still feel the same way where I'm like, misunderstood, crazy, but not everyone is fucking a murderer. Not everyone is gonna fucking reach out. But
Right.
like you were saying earlier, we're like, I've had those ideas, but I'm not fucking murdering
Dude, I
people.
wasn't murdering people, but I was fucking.
And that's the shit I felt about, where I'm just like, that's where that Gotham thing came in, where it's the little guy.
Is this water right here? That looks like some tequila or something.
That's some Jose Cuervo.
Oh
It's
shit, man!
green tea.
It's for the end.
It's for the end. Okay, I don't drink hard liquor though. That's the
You
thing.
don't?
Nah.
Okay, well then it's
But
not
you-
for the
so-
end.
somebody
We're
else
just
has
gonna
some.
have it look cool.
All right, I thought it was like some water.
But it
You want water?
nah, I'm good.
I'll get you some
No,
water.
I'm cool right now. That's cool.
But it is bizarre on like, I think you'd like it because, like I said, it's cliche, but there's parts where it literally talks about what you're talking about with the Joker movie, where all the villains in that TV show are the little guy getting kicked around or
Yeah.
the little misunderstood, and then it has messages about like what you should and shouldn't do, but at the same time, like vice versa, maybe you should push someone, but to not the extent of how violent something could be.
Yeah.
To where we're talking about how our dads got picked on, but then as us as people going through high school, we didn't get picked on because it was more, it was more on, not everywhere. Big cities probably happen a lot. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
My dad grew up in this valley. I grew up in this valley. My
Yeah.
dad got picked on, but I didn't get picked on.
Right.
And people beyond me don't get picked on like they used to.
Right.
Where kids literally, a bunch of jocks are holding the kid's head in the toilet.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
At least around here.
I got the light version of that. I did get made fun of by the jocks, but
But who didn't though?
Mm.
But your head
but
didn't get put in
it,
the toilet.
it didn't like I didn't like take it to heart. I wasn't like
The-
you know what I mean? Like, oh, they're calling me sunshine because I have two different colors of hair.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of
Yeah.
my own fault. You know what I mean? Like,
It became
so
the
at
fun
that point, it's
thing.
like, well, I dyed my hair two colors, so it's just like, yeah, why do you care so much about my hair, dude?
Well, and that's like the
you know
thing
what
where
I
you
mean?
get picked on and they say
yeah,
like
exactly. It's like
and they say that no one wants to get picked on. That's who's enjoying it. So if you feed into
depend-
it,
yeah, it
it
depends.
kills it. My dad would feed into it and get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's weird how you like go caveman to.
I know
The
it's some
society
evolution
of-
is happening. It's
There you go.
and it's still happening now, obviously. And that's the thing. That's what I have. That's what all my idealism lies in that, not in any of the other shit happening. But, yeah, sure, balance. Yeah, but like and the jocks in my class, I got picked on lightly by some of the kids in the older classes, but part of it was also me instigating it. For some of
And don't you want to sit there and
maybe.
think like, what's happening to you? What's happening
Bruce,
to you?
No,
to
you
make
can-
you
you
feel it?
instigated someone
No,
being
I was
upset.
I was just
A
an
comedian?
angel.
No way.
I was always pleasant and amiable with everybody.
And it does that thing to where as an adult you sit back and you're like, well, and then that's being that medium balance where you're like, what happened to the guy that's picking on you? Like that sucks that
You know what
got picked-
happens? You know what happens? They come into the job you're working, and they don't recognize you. They don't remember that they made fun of you. They recognize you from high school, and they just go, "Dude, what's up?"
Yeah, exactly.
Bingo.
They just go,
Bingo.
"Dude, what's up?"
Yes,
and
that's
right
100%.
then you go, "Oh, even he didn't get it. Like
Yep.
he
Yeah.
didn't understand what he fucking
It was
was
second
doing.
Yeah.
nature to where
Yeah.
There's no way."
yeah.
Yeah,
And the best thing you can do is just go, "Yeah, what's up, dude?"
yeah,
Yeah.
You,
'Cause
you
it
don't
made
go,
that
"Hey, remember
guy-
the like
Yeah.
30 times you fucked with me?" And like,
That's
that's
true.
our entire
And
relationship.
that is what happened. Yeah.
But now,
You know what I
now
mean?
as
Yeah.
adults, you're
But
just
that's
as
what
equal.
really happens,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, in my class, the jocks,
Yeah, dude.
the jocks were like my friends. Like they were fucking nice. I mean, I feel bad for
Yeah.
them now. Yeah, they made fun of me a little bit, but I would still hang out with them.
Yep.
Like we'd smoke weed together. My class, I think it was joined together by marijuana. I swear to God.
And you know what? You probably saved.
dude-
You probably saved school mass shootings by smoking weed with the people that picked on you because
Yeah.
you helped them go to a part where they're like they went from seeing red to seeing different colors. Where they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you're gonna let me do this, but then you're also gonna like forgive and forget.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and they don't know that they're thanking you, but in a way, you just saved someone from dying.
Oh, you know what's
to
weird?
get mass
You know-
shootings.
Yeah, you know what's weird about that is like part of the reason weed works to do that is also obviously it's inherent. That's its inherent like
Nature.
effect.
Yeah.
That's its normal effect is like, hey, you're just gonna chill out a little more, and you're probably not gonna be mad at someone as easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's something for you to
100%.
bond over. But I think the main reason, aside from the chemical one, that it's something for you to bond over is because everyone's parents doesn't want them doing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
But
like
you're helping
it's like
them.
an us against them thing. Like
Yeah.
I had a fucking a creative writing teacher, and he's cared a lot about me, and I thought he was a great guy and stuff. And he had this really weird reaction to something I said one time. He asked me if my parents accepted the relationship that I was in, like with actually the person I'm with now, Britt, with Britt, right?
100%.
And when I said like, oh yeah, they're cool about it, he's like, huh, that's a bummer. Sometimes it's cool to have the world against you.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like 17. He like fucked me up with
That's
that
crazy,
one.
man. That's crazy.
He fucked
That's
me
like
up
glass
with that
shatter
one.
shit.
But really, what it taught me was just like, oh shit, that is a big reason why a lot of people do a lot of things.
Yeah.
There's a freedom to embracing that and having everyone not agree with what you're doing, and that's totally what I did throughout my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's even what he was pointing out. It's like, hey, since shit's so easy for you now, you're gonna fuck with everyone who loves you because it was so easy.
You know what
Yeah.
that makes,
You know what I
T-Boy?
mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just figuring that out right now. So
That's wild.
Do you know
I
what that
better
makes,
take
T-Boy?
it.
That makes for a better man, which then that itself makes better men around.
True.
I'm a firm believer on that kind of shit right there that he just said.
Yeah.
Is what helps people.
Stone sharpens a stone, brother.
Ooh,
Yeah.
exactly. You throw a rock against a fucking rock,
Yeah.
one part of that rock is going to be a little sharper.
Yeah. True.
Guaranteed. If it breaks off, what better way? You destroy someone,
Yeah.
and not intentionally, but you destroy someone to where you knock off some weight that they had
Yeah.
of anxiety or bother. And what better thing now? They have sharp edges.
True.
Thanks to you by knocking that off to them.
Yeah.
And I'm just using.
Yo, that's why I'm the Joker. Thanks, Mom.
spirit. Hashtag spirit animal.
Thanks, Mom.
So-
Thanks, Dad.
so
Thanks,
tell- so
Grandma.
tell
I
us
like
about your
Bruce. I wouldn't like Bruce any other way, to be honest.
No, I know. I'm like,
I like Bruce this way.
That's the fucked up part, right?
That's
It's
the
like,
fuck- yeah,
I know,
you
I
wouldn't-
know
yeah.
Bruce. You know, I don't want to speak for you, but I know there's probably some shit you didn't like from your childhood. I think we all feel that way.
I don't
right?
talk to my family. My mom left a message on the phone the other day, like, you know, come back to the family. On,
Yeah, you brought that up. I wasn't sure.
She called. That was one time. Then she
Wasn't
called
sure if I
again.
should bring it up or not.
No,
yeah.
I don't give a fuck. No one's listening to this shit right now. And even if they were, it's
That's
what
what's up,
happened.
dude.
It's
That's
what,
what's
you know,
up.
it's what's
America
up.
4.0.
It's just out of respect for you. Not, I don't. You know.
No, man,
fuck.
I'm not that kind of guy.
I-
like, I'm respectable. I have a business.
and
like,
I didn't. Just so you know, I didn't get that vibe from you.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Like, I don't want to bring it up.
No,
and
no,
then-
it's cool, especially with the Joker, and I feel more free to talk about
well,
it.
every great
no
person
doubt.
has a
no
weird
doubt.
past.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a
I'd like to
comedian.
hear a
I'm-
little about it. If you
Yeah,
don't
it's
mind.
basically my mom. All right, so Russia. It comes back to Russia. It all comes back to Russia.
Dude, can you, just for the listeners, can you explain your background a little
Yeah.
bit first?
Yeah, I'll explain my background.
Because I don't think, like, obviously we call this Camp White Russian at this point, but
Yeah.
I think people don't quite fully grasp what's up.
All right. Well, yeah. So we all got together, me, Trent, and C Dirt, Dirt Dog, as I call him,
I love it.
affectionately.
100%, bro.
And we all got together at Johnny B's open mic. I heard his open mic here. I stopped by. It turned out it was the best open mic ever. Just fucking amazing. Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
This guy. All right, it's no dick sucking right now.
Hands are underneath the table as you realize what's happening.
So we're gonna have to end the podcast now.
Stand by.
No, but so I'm a comedian, so I made these friends here and just doing comedy, you know, comedy fans here, and we bonded over that. But the reason good comedians are made through adversity and turmoil. That's very fucking painful for the most part. Maybe except for Jerry Seinfeld or someone.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
a truth serum.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
all my favorite artists are like,
You have to say it
this dude's fucked up.
Yeah, they gotta be fun.
not like you know what
No, yeah, I know what you
that-
mean. They're
in a
fuck-
weird way, I mean that as a compliment. It's
Yeah.
like you also are capable of great art.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's-
So it's like,
it's like the Joker.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
It's like the fucking Joker.
Can I
this
get the word
episode's called The Joker.
unfortunately?
Yeah.
Can I get that in Seinfeld voice, please, from you guys?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I don't have the
unfortunately,
nose to qualify
No.
for that.
That's the best.
unfortunately, no, I don't know.
What's the deal?
What's the deal with mass
Unfortunately,
murder?
he doesn't say unfortunately because his stuff's not like that. I don't think I've
the
ever
best
heard Seinfeld say unfortunately.
Nah, he lives in some fucking weird. I don't know. I don't know about Seinfeld.
He
Yeah.
created a world that everyone thinks is real.
Exactly. It's like, dude, your world is so fucking fake. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah. So comedian. So comedy, became a comedian. Why? I don't know. Like it goes back to Russia. Like I was born in Russia in 1985, and then moved to U.S. in like 1990, and I lived there since. My parents started working in frozen yogurt. Started working just shitty jobs. Frozen yogurt stand at the mall. That was like one of their first jobs. They're now both like millionaires, like in assets, so like American dream for them. But they also have like personality disorders, so that's how they could do that. Is like kind of definitely like narcissistic to say the least. So I was raised with that. So it was like
their mother was Russia, so
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mother and father, right?
I think like the mother is Russia and the army is the father or something. I don't know.
Which, by the way, I watched some footage of Russia. Like, seems. Don't get me wrong. There's some political shit that's fucked up. Seems like everyone's a little uptight, maybe.
In Russia?
Yeah.
Russia is like.
Well, you haven't been there since how long? How long has it been
last
since
time
you
I
were
went
there?
Like
Sorry to
15
interrupt.
years ago, 10, 12,
What'd you
15
do
years
when
ago.
you were
Okay,
there?
so you were 10?
No,
You were
no.
20 or
That was
how old are
20,
you?
20, 23 maybe, somewhere around there.
Okay.
2 separate trips.
Okay.
Might have been 20 and 23.
What was your impression going back? Did it feel like familiar, or was it like, what the fuck?
It was kind of familiar. Yeah, it was kind of familiar. I'm not fucking really. It's weird to be me, and this is why the comedy is a good vehicle for this. It's weird because I'm clearly not 100% American. I'm not an all-American boy. I don't look like one. I am not fucking like that. I don't have that claim. But I'm also not Russian. I wasn't fucking raised in Russia past 4.5 years.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to guess, just not knowing you, I'd say, well, he's primarily Jewish, and that's just based on like your hair.
Yeah.
That's like a large portion of the world that I'm really referencing when I say Jewish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how fucking anti-Semitic is America to just be like, yeah, all these people with the curly black hair,
Jewish.
Jewish.
You
know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
And like, you don't really have that big of a nose, but you have a Jewish.
I got a Jewish shaped
You have a
nose.
Jewish shaped nose.
I look Middle Eastern, as I'm reminded by many people in my life, especially like girlfriends and stuff.
yeah, but your
And-
skin's white enough, we'll forgive it.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, man. Can't white Russian.
Can't play Russian.
But anyway, raised in fucking. So anyway, my parents worked their way up. Eventually, like when I was like 10 years old, they achieved a pretty. Especially my mom, like getting like American boyfriends and stuff, like higher educated. They had some social mobility. I had social mobility, so went from being pretty poor to having good material existence, eventually ending up in upper middle class America. So living in like this fucking liberal white town called Concord, Massachusetts, just like fucking the most annoying rich white people, like liberal you could ever think
Yeah,
of. That was like,
the grape juice place.
yeah, exactly. No, that's actually California. No, actually it might be.
Concord grape.
Yeah,
It's just the grape. It's really for wine, but
Okay.
but if you're a kid, you don't know what wine is.
I think it might
So you
be
go,
from Massachusetts.
"Oh,
Anyway,
all this purple grape juice I'm
there's
drinking
also
is from
Concord.
Concord.
Yeah, and there's Concord, New Hampshire too.
That's probably where it's from.
I think it's either California or Massachusetts. But I could smell grapes in Concord, Massachusetts, so there were some there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so fucking I got exposed to all these different types of shit. So it was having a
So
fit
Russia
with
till you were 4. I'm sorry, just
yeah,
to
Russia till I was
clarify.
4.
Russia till you were 4.
Yeah.
Then where?
Then Massachusetts, suburbs
Straight
of
to
Boston.
fucking U.S.
Yeah, straight to
Okay.
U.S. Well, yeah, Europe for like a few months, like Austria and shit. And yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Is
just
that
as
like
a layover.
visa thing? Oh,
yeah,
layover.
you gotta
okay,
trick
yeah,
the
yeah.
Russian government by going somewhere else first.
Oh
Right.
shit, really? Because
yeah.
if you go to just America, they'll be like, nah,
You're not
you
allowed
can't get
to.
on the flight.
You gotta. We said that we were going to
You gotta go
Israel.
through a few scans.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we
That's
said we were going to
that's a
Israel, and they're like,
perfect
"Oh,
cover.
actually,
Yeah.
we're going to America."
They did, yeah, I was gonna say, you said that you were going to Israel, and they looked at your nose, and they're
They're
like,
like, "All right,
yeah,
no, you go ahead."
you're allowed to go there."
Exactly. Well, no
Fuck.
one wants to go to Israel, but
Which, like, do you think they know when they're doing that? Like, they're not keeping anyone from leaving?
yeah, they know.
They know
they're
that
like, "You're
kind of,
Jewish,
right?
leave." Yeah.
Is it like me passing from 7th grade to high school? Is it like that where they're just like, you're smart enough, it's all right, dude,
Yeah,
you're good?
Yeah, probably. I think so. Yeah, yeah,
They're like, well, you went somewhere else first. Like, cool, you're not just a
yeah.
total idiot.
yeah. And
Because we
that's-
need total idiots to run our fucking
exactly.
If you're
The
too
bureau-
smart and you
the
get angry,
bureaucratic shit.
we can't
Yeah.
have you in
You
here.
gotta have a bunch of idiots for that.
bunch of idiots,
Not-
man.
We can't have smart,
Fuck,
angry
dude, that
people.
sounds so
No.
ignorant. That sounds so ignorant. But
No, you gotta have people. Yeah,
just so everyone's clear, that's how I feel about America.
Yeah.
So it's all good. I'm not saying Russia's any worse than America. I think every single fucking country has its dictator-esque points.
Yeah.
You mean a human?
You know?
Yeah, they have Putin. We have the entire corporate structure of every company.
Yeah, exactly. They have Putin, and we think Donald Trump's in charge.
Exactly.
Basically-
it's so stupid,
basically
man. Yeah,
it's-
Trump. Oh yeah, Trump. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Basically, you have a human
Right.
that pushes the measure, and then you have
The
Russia,
you're fired guy.
America.
He's
Yeah.
influential. Let's say that, but he's
Yeah. Well, it makes sense because you got someone in a higher seat where they will push the measure, and America only let Trump go so far. Russia lets Putin.
Putin. Yeah.
Putin goes so far.
Yeah.
And it's just literally a human
Yeah.
who got away
Yeah.
with some things and goes, how far can I push this?
Exactly.
Oh, now I'm being stopped. Okay, well, this is where I'm sitting now.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
they fucking level on that field of where their ranking is.
Yeah.
Where then Putin can go even higher.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, or even you go to China. Like
It's just different. It's
China.
just different types of power.
yeah, but
you know
but,
what I mean.
But,
China.
and it comes down to that human form to where it's like you're sitting right here, and they're like, "Well, do you want a little bit of power, Trent? Well, I'll
Exactly.
take some power. Hey, that you like that power, don't you? Here's a little more power, and then
Yeah.
they allow it to where then that gets into the person's head,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and then to where they're killing if you don't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know, and then America sits there, goes like, whoa, 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 don't go that far.
Yeah.
Hold, slide
it.
back.
Right.
You can be on our
True.
land. You can be on our land wearing a burqa, but if you're wearing a burqa in like the Middle East, dude, you might get bombed.
Yeah. Exactly.
We can't really just let
Exactly.
people go.
Yeah.
But anyways, I want to get back to this. So at 4
Darn.
you moved to America. No, you're good,
Yeah,
dude.
4 moved to
Tangents
America.
is what it's all about, dude. 4 you moved to America
Yeah.
from Russia.
Yeah.
You lay over. You said Austria.
Yeah.
You lay over in
Austria,
Austria
yeah.
a couple weeks, but
Yeah.
you're 4, so
Few
like
months,
you
I
don't.
think.
Do you ever remember
Italy
Do
and-
you
it-
remember that?
A little bit. Yeah. Italy.
What do you remember from it?
Mostly like eating stuff that was pretty tasty. Like I remember like soda or like a chocolate or something.
Because Russian food's kind of known to be like pretty bland, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just fucking.
Like
there wasn't
Russian-
supermarkets.
They
Like
look
real
forward to getting
Russian
full.
food, not like
It's
Yeah.
more of getting full, right? Like
it's
you
more
want
like surviving. It's like
yeah, you
it's
want
just
to
like,
get full. You're not
Come to
worried
think of
about
it, I've
flavor.
never
Nah.
been to a Russian
Well,
restaurant. That's not a thing.
It's like gangster hangouts at Russian restaurants.
Because when my grandma
Yeah.
and grandpa went to
It's
Russia,
not like it's not like French cuisine, you know.
Yeah.
It's like gangster hangouts. It's like a cover for another business.
Do you think the gangsters there eat bland food, or are they balling?
Nah, they eat, like,
they're balling on
sushi and
Italian
fucking-
food and
yeah,
shit.
dude, they're
no sauce though. No sauce. All flavor on the noodles. We pair it with our noodles. We don't sauce.
So most of your life spent in America, but you're still informed by like. I
So,
mean, the
yeah,
first
so-
4 years of someone's life is a big deal.
Yeah. Well.
Do you shit and piss your
I
way
got.
to America?
I don't know if I told you. I got
Insight. Your body parts of shit and fucking skin cells has gone from Russia to. I mean,
His
Yeah.
biometric footprint. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You. That's why I make that very clear to everyone.
Curtis just wants everyone to know that some of Bruce's shit from when he was a baby is in Russia still.
You shit all over your baby.
It's still there. Curtis,
still there.
That's important for Curtis to have everyone
So a
know.
tree that's been there for at least 20, 30 years.
very well could have part of Bruce as
Part
as
of Bruce in there. It could be a 0.0000. Pause for dramatic effect. 0.1% of
But it's
Bruce
there.
in that tree. Sorry,
there.
but back
Nah,
to
So we lived in the same room, 5 of us. My mom, my dad, my brother, and my grandma in the apartment. And it's like, I don't know, 500 square foot would be generous. So 5 people in there, that was probably, we had a better apartment than most people probably. So anyway, so basically it's a lot of, it's early childhood violence, a lot of verbal violence, mom and dad, yeah, which I can't remember because I've blocked it out. But it
Sure.
happened.
Yeah. Do you
so-
have any examples at all? Just I know it just helps audio. You don't
dude,
have to
the
go
person
there
I
if you don't
turn
want
into
to,
when I'm
but
fighting with my girlfriend, that's like
you just imagine that's what's yeah.
that's
dude.
like a milder version of like my
Yeah,
dad.
that's like that's
also,
that's a half a
just
percentage
to,
of
just
it.
to like just I don't know. That shit's weird, right? You're like cuz I think I'm very different from my parents
Yeah.
and then I like act exactly like them.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
take you
Then I do exactly
I totally
what
know
they
what you
do
mean, dude.
in the situation I'm in.
yeah.
And
I
you just
go-
pause and you're like,
I go
what the
like,
fuck?
fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I trapped or something?
Your
This is
brain
weird.
gets imprinted naturally with their patterns or your parents,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not. It's what happens.
What do they call that? Go ahead.
It's called a part of it's called mind mapping and traumatic mind mapping.
Synapse mirroring or
Yeah,
something
mirror
like that.
neurons.
Mirror neurons. That's what it is.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So that was that. I had something happen to me when I was young. I don't know if I told you I got circumcised, but I was conscious during this because this was Soviet Russia. So
Yeah.
What age?
like four.
They did mine when I was born, so that's
Oh, yeah.
that's crazy, dude.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's
crazy to do
Dude,
that.
yeah, I mean,
Like-
just so you guys know, like I'm not circumcised,
You
and
lucky son of a bitch.
That's what I, dude. Yeah.
You lucky. That's
I'm-
why
I
you're
said
like,
the same
that's
thing.
why you're Mr. fucking
I was gonna
level
say,
head.
I was gonna say,
right? He still has parts of him.
and I'm
You son of a bitch.
dude, and I'm not even gonna joke about this part. Like, it's fucked up what they did to you guys.
Yeah. Thanks,
It's
man.
fucked
Respect.
up.
I appreciate
it.
that.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm like about to cry, and
No,
I
no, no,
have
no, no.
all of my dick.
yeah,
Yeah.
but don't do it. That's
You know
not
what-
why I'm
you know
telling you
what
this
I'm
stuff.
No, I just want you guys to know where I'm at with that. Like, some miracle of my dad just being like, nah, dude.
Fuck
Fuck
yeah,
it.
your dad
You
is
know
a
what I mean?
man, dude.
Do you know I brought it up to my parents once?
Yeah.
Speaking of dads.
Yeah.
And it's actually after
And
you and I
did
talked.
you ask him why or anything?
Yeah, and my dad said, "Well, I got it done," and he's like, "My dad got it done."
Yeah.
and I'm like, "But
So
shouldn't
ju-
you wait till I could have had consent?"
Yeah,
That's trauma. That's how trauma
just so I can weigh in. Oh shit! You know what? I don't know if my dad's circumcised or not. Shit, maybe. Yeah. So never mind. Forget it. Anyways,
Well,
back to
yeah. So they did that shit. They did that
That's a
shit.
good thing.
Yeah, Soviet Russia. So it had to be secret because it wasn't legal to do it because being
for
Jewish
real?
wasn't legal.
Oh shit!
I did not know that.
Yeah, so that was part of it. So
Fuck,
anyway,
dude. So if there wasn't enough shame, it's like
yeah, it's
Fuck,
just
right?
tied in like
It's like let's
so
tie
much.
in the shame into
Jesus.
the ritual
Yeah.
more.
Yeah,
Let's have
exactly.
Oh my
everyone in the
God.
room feel like the police might come.
So like your
Fuck
parents are
that.
rebels
Yeah, it's
on
crazy.
cutting penis.
Yeah,
That's
no,
weird to think about,
and my
dude.
mom is a
That's-
rebel in a way, which is a part. It's weird, like, because that's the part that's badass about my mom is that she is a part rebel in a lot of ways. Like women aren't supposed to be successful or be strong or anything, but she was badass. But she's also violent. Anyway, you know what I mean? It's a fine line, like the Joker. But
Well, in a more suppressive society, like a more male-driven suppressive society, the way a female gets to do that is if she's willing to incite violence. It's like
Yeah.
the way you get allowed to do that. You
True.
know what I'm saying?
true.
Oh,
Don't-
holy
oh,
shit!
Don't answer that.
I'm gonna
Just in case.
That's the.
Okay, they're fucking. Oh wait, definitely. Yeah.
That knock, dude?
But what's really crazy is like, gosh. Oh. Well, no one else is gonna know the key to that. Oh shit. So Shining Go. And so what's really crazy about that? What was the last thing you said?
No, it's all good.
You gotta. It could be a woman in a real oppressive society. Yeah. You gotta be like violent.
Well, I mean, at least you have to like threaten it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so she would do it. She would use a lot of verbal violence, like the way she would yell, make her whole body like seize up. So her mom was born in 1933. Right. So she grew up in Russia during like some of the worst fucking times, man. Like getting invaded by Germany. Yeah. Stalin, like the worst fucking shit you can ever imagine. So that like informed my grandmother. It was like made her like really hard and like callous. And then informed my mom, and then my mom was my mom, and then so I had to fucking. It was really tough growing up with that. It wasn't like an American nice mom, like, oh honey, I made you peanut butter and jelly. Like everything had like a fucking string attached to it. Like I got you peanut butter and jelly, but you're gonna have to like go become an accountant. Yeah, make a family.
There was always something leading to something. So even if you were given something, you already knew that something was expected.
Exactly.
To where
Yeah.
now that, and I'm not justifying this by any means, I want to make that very clear, but like that makes sense for part of Russia to where everyone is so, not sick, like, I'm not going to say it against you, know what I mean, but uptight.
Yeah.
It's because everyone was expected something when they were given something.
Yeah.
Then you look at Americans,
Yeah.
sloppy, messy, disposable, not humans, just everything around us. is just that like
surplus. Like just
thank you.
total surplus of resources.
Yeah.
Like during World War II.
Now,
yeah.
Imagine you want to hit a happy movie like that.
Dude, if Russia and America were
2 or 2.
friends, it'd be really great. But it's how it's been for a while.
Right.
But during World War II, America's greatest contribution was the material resources. I know, like there's not a. When you talk about D-Day, like that really wasn't that big of a deal in the greater scheme of the war. It just was. It was help win.
Do you remember what year that was?
1944.
Yeah.
Or 44, 43.
Yeah, because it was right before the 50s.
Yeah. Yes.
We're going D-Day.
So D-Day, yeah. Might have 43. I think it's 44. Just fucking 4 years of the war. That was the greatest contribution. It was American factories sending over fucking, tanks, weapons, bullets, whatever. Russia's greatest contribution was fucking millions of fucking people, man. So, the statistic given to me by a scholar on this issue is a friend of mine. He said it's like
out of a high school class, there will only be 3 men left.
Yeah.
After the war.
Yeah.
So that's how many people died in this thing. So my grandmother was in that environment while that shit was happening. So you combine the greater societal stuff with like tendency in my family for narcissism or whatever. It's tough to grow up in that shit. So when I see the Joker, I see that reflected, the fucked upness of an existence, like where like life is, it's not easy.
Right.
So I'm just glad to see that it's out there in mass consciousness. So people are looking at other people like, wow, we don't know what this guy went through.
Yeah,
because somebody might not be like me,
Well, and most
that's good, dude. That's
most
like
media, most like culture-driven media is so tone deaf.
Yeah,
that's so
a great way of
fucking
putting
tone deaf, dude.
Yeah, completely.
Like, no one in this movie. Oh,
misunderstood.
The hard person.
Seriously.
The hard thing for this person in this movie is that it's hard for them to get into a nice college. Like,
yeah
cool fucking plot.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, oh, sweet way to make 99% of people feel shitty.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I call like everything they show you see, this is why it's such a beautiful movie, because it's showing you such fucking darkness like in your fucking face, and it's so necessary because everything else has been Friends, Seinfeld, people, unrealistic shit. Nobody has an apartment like that.
Yeah,
nobody goes to fucking school like that or has a car, a girlfriend, or whatever like that.
Fuck, dude.
Not at all, because you got the jobs like we were talking about earlier with the jobs. Yeah, which is crazy. Where I forgot where I was going with that, but pass. I'll come back to it.
Yeah, the jobs is like people are fucking working like the shittiest jobs, like without. And again, like in the industrialized world, like America has the worst policies, like out of all the countries. Like we get nothing. We get no vacation. We get no pay raises. We get no insurance. Yeah. We get no time off. We get the same thing as vacation. But
then they get upset about the under the table jobs. That's what it was the under table. Like people making good money under the table, and they get upset because they're like, wait, where's our percentage though?
Yeah.
You're working in this United States. Oh, oops. We're working in this United States. That's what we need you to do is we got to make money on you, which then makes that old saying, richer, richer, poorer, poor, is people are literally coming across and being like, I know you're making good money and it's 100% profit, but I need to take about 35 to 45% of that.
Yeah.
I won't take half, but I'm going to take over a quarter.
It's gangster shit. That's what gangsters do.
Insurance.
Dude, it is gangster shit.
Gangster shit,
People once said,
gangsters,
insurance is a form of gangster.
Yeah, it's all
and that blew my mind when I fucking heard that. I was
totally.
Like, oh my god, that makes sense.
And like, dude, it's so, like Russia's clearly gangster based, right? But
where are you going?
America is gangster on a whole nother level. It's like gangsters where it's like they pretend to
like
be the
spoiled
good guy,
gangster,
kinda.
Spoiled gangsters.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
not working hard gangster, spoiled gangster.
Yeah, no, like total gangster.
Because
shit.
I live on the streets and I'm a bum, but I have myself a nice fucking iPhone 20, whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But like you were saying with your Russia, go ahead about the gangster of
yeah, it's gangster in Russia and it's gangster here. Like gangsters go into businesses and say, give me fucking 35% or more of all your money, and they're like, well, I don't want to do it. Well, I'm going to kill you or kill your family. And that's the same shit as in America. It's just they kill them by not giving them health insurance or something like that.
Kill them
Yeah.
by that, or kill them by hacking into their identity as the government,
Yeah.
as an app, as something that's helping you make you feel comfortable. But we're gonna take a little from you.
Yeah, it's a gangster thing. It's straight gangster, and that's what people. That's why Americans are. They say they're fucking illusion because they think it's not a gangster thing. They think, oh, it's fair. No, they're nice. They care about us. And they're like, no, they're straight gangsters. They're the biggest gangsters that have ever existed. They hold everybody hostage with nuclear bombs, and go to every corner of the earth searching for profit.
Yeah. Well, wasn't there a statistic on how many places have set up missiles that are like active as fuck?
Yeah.
Statistic for everything.
But you know what I mean? Like obviously the United States.
Well, we have
obviously
military
Russia,
bases
but they did
in
like a-
over 100 countries, and there's not very many more than 100
Yeah.
countries.
And they were saying that like where it's at, like
So
650 military
Yeah.
bases.
that like missiles that they
and
know that
there's-
are active.
There's not 200 countries.
and they got
so.
readings on missiles they don't know about. Like I was on this like downward spiral on Reddit, and it was talking about how like they got, it could be wrong. I don't know. You could never be 100% right, but
Reddit could be wrong. What?
but it was crazy how like I found this thing, and I'd love to actually know the real truth about it. But it caught my mind was they did across the board of what they know of missiles, but then they went across the board on the readings of the help me out here, T-Boy. The readings of not magnetic or
Seismic.
chemical. It's what you could read off of, like what that guy
Infrared?
had. Kind of, but like kind of what that guy was pulling power, that kid from the garage. That kind of like they had
just-
readings of and then like Nuketown. It's
Oh, you're talking about radiation. That's
radiation.
a different thing.
So they found
It's
that
a different thing.
But they found pieces like that plus like all these readings that they got on. They did a reading on the missile places, like where they knew of missiles, and then they did that same reading, and they found this reading but didn't know about what the missiles were.
Yeah.
So it's like, and this is way off. I'm sorry, guys, but like
no, it's all good.
it.
I'm just not sure which type of reading you're talking about is all. Are you talking about?
Basically, the reading of a missile, like what you could like, oh, here's these missile places. They do a reading of across the board scanning of like
Yeah, I'm
different,
not sure what you're
like,
talking about
um,
as far as what reading, but
just
doesn't.
so the reading of a missile, like so if you put a scanner of the missile, it's telling you this is how much.
You're talking about
this, how much-
nukes. You're talking about nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Like how active
that's
they
a
are or something?
radiation
Yeah.
signature.
Well, they
Geiger-
got those same signatures. Thank you.
Geiger
Those
counter.
same signatures in almost the same area,
Yeah.
but perfectly spaced.
Yeah.
To where they started realizing they went over each other place, and there was the same distance of like how safe it is to have a missile by a missile.
Yeah.
And they're like, but those areas, there's no readings. It's just open land.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, dude, that's that shit where I think like, so that's just underground missiles that they're like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we have missiles.
Yeah. But they
But
got
we-
secret missiles.
We got black market style.
They got black market
I
missiles
like I'm
too.
saying, I went really far fetched, and
Well, it's a well-known fact that when nuclear testing of missiles was banned, all countries who had nuclear weapons started testing them in the ground.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
okay. So
And so what
for
we
all
started
the viewers,
was-
that went really.
So what we started doing after that was we started looking for miniature earthquakes, and
Yeah.
that tells you where nukes are getting detonated. It's even one of the issues politically with North Korea is they apparently have a huge area underground where they're still testing nuclear missiles. If you think America isn't doing that too, you're stupid.
Exactly.
Dude,
But
America's
that's
definitely
fine.
doing that.
Yeah,
That's
we do
fine.
everything that everyone else does.
They're just mad.
America's biggest gangsters, man. If you
That's what led me
understand
to it, by
that,
the way. It's
if
the
you,
gangster
they're
part.
America's biggest gangsters have ever existed.
Yeah.
And if you, more than
Yeah.
the Romans, any other fucking time.
Dude, I'm
the
They're
biggest
pissed.
like, oh,
I'm
you're doing
pissed
it.
'cause
Well,
I
we're gonna do
missed-
it a little higher.
Yeah.
I'm pissed because I missed the segue between your life and the gangsters. We're gonna come back on that on the next fucking episode
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Because we also fucking lost some recording
Oh no.
of the audio. The video is streaming, so we'll pull it from Twitch. It'll be fine.
Oh
But
yeah. Basically, it was just like, yeah, just being individual, but then,
No,
yeah,
no,
just
I mean,
being-
you
yeah,
don't
like-
have to. You don't have to
Yeah, yeah.
re-explain. I could imagine like your version of life like everyone else had, but your version's way more unique in the American aspect. Like, not, you know, most people in America aren't from Russia as a kid.
Yeah,
and-
right.
So you have your specific
So, yeah,
situation,
yeah.
and then you, in a weird way, the reason you are the way you are and as introspective as you are, what I'm reading is your mom has a little bit of that trait.
No, she has a lot of bit of that trait.
Okay.
Yeah.
But also she has
Yeah.
traits that you feel are negatives you have as well, which we all feel that way about our parents,
yeah,
right?
she basically
Kinda Cliff Notes, yeah.
gangsters want you to. My mom's a gangster. Like, they want you to be like them. They want you to be part of their organization, but they're the boss. So it was like that. So it wasn't like
Gotcha.
it wasn't like you can be free to explore your just be you and I'll be support you. I mean, it's like gangsters want you to do things their way at all costs. And if you try to deviate, you'll get punished or you get rerouted or something.
And your punishment can come from a small picks.
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
you won't notice it, but it destroys you over time.
Exactly. So like just with Joker, it's like it's just cool to show that hey, like it's breaking down the fucking illusions a little bit. Like listen, like
Nice.
most people are fucking they're not doing all right and they need help.
Yeah.
And it's just really cool to see it. And I think that's why the movie's getting attacked, because it's opening up like dude, it's just not what life is not. Yeah, like jobs, I guess we were saying. Like people are doing shitty jobs with no help, and that adds up over time. Like that's not sustainable in any way. You know?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, shit, look what it did for this podcast. Like, look what we've covered just on the Joker movie itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No
we went
doubt.
from, like, you to Russia to America.
Yeah.
To talking about, mass gun shootings to nuclear plants to jobs being the lowest of...
From just talking about Joker movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I
Like,
guess it
that's
doesn't
beau-
have
that's
any
a beautiful
story.
thing.
It's not talking about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it
haven't
has
seen
no-
it, and you
has no
literally
merit.
have
There's
given
no
me the
merit.
movie through this.
No merit, nothing you can learn from it.
No,
Yeah.
no
Like, I
commentary
feel
on
like we've
anything.
watched the movie
Yeah.
just off this
So
conversation.
if there's anything we haven't learned from this podcast, then what the things we haven't learned today are: don't go see the Joker.
Do not.
Don't do shots of alcohol, or do shots of alcohol just because people tell you to do them.
Yep.
And also do get circumcised. Definitely circumcise all
Always
your kids.
circumcise your children.
Always circumcise your children.
Which I
It
do
will
want
help
to
them in
find this
life.
out, so it could be far-fetched, but I do want to know about your dad.
you want to
so
find out if my dad?
I do, because
yeah,
you're not
actually,
circumcised,
When that
and-
happened, I was like, "Fuck!" Now I really want to know.
Is your dad circumcised?
Yeah.
So my dad is too. So now I have to know about your dad. To know, because that right there gives
Yeah.
me a whole nother subject that
Yeah.
I'm really wanting
So
to
we should
jump
talk
on
about
the next
circumcision
one.
next time.
So next
Yeah.
week,
Yes,
Next
please.
week, tune
on
in.
Camp White Russian,
Camp
Yeah.
White. And
Camp
I'm
White.
Curtis Turpine Cartwright.
and I'm Trent Beck.
I'm Bruce Cannabinoid. Nah, I'm just kidding. Bruce Lerner.
It's pronounced cannabinoid.
Cannabinoid. Cannabinoid.
Fuck yeah! And we're not gonna cheers these shots because Bruce doesn't drink shots, and we don't
Because
do
that was
fucking
my
we don't
anesthetic
fucking
during
do
the
what, we don't do
circumcision.
what you fucking want us to do.
No.
Yeah, we don't do what you want.
So
we do
fuck
what we
that.
want.
Yeah.
We love you, but fuck you.
Yeah.
dude.
We love you.
Seriously.
But fuck you.
Apostrophe?
Yeah.
It's an apostrophe.
Dude, Camp White Russian fucking out, motherfucker.
Thank you.
I'm pouring this shot on the ground, dude.
You guys are crazy.
This is America. Yeah. I love you guys so much.
So pissed that technical thing happened because we were right in the middle of your fucking family story. Yeah, we were in the pocket. God damn it. No, it's just that it like just stop recording.